Analysis on this matchup and keys to a Trojan win. Now let's head to the gym for Countdown to Tip-Off right here on KINA.
It's a special Monday of high school basketball here on KINA. It's the renewal of the Saline County Showdown as southeast of Saline in town in Salina to take on the Sacred Heart Knights in a makeup game. Hi, everyone. Welcome into Sacred Heart High School. My name is Devin Haney. I'll have play-by-play of tonight's contest. With me will be Tyler Smith. Producing and engineering back at the KINA studios is Chris Cadle. And providing live stream video tonight, free of charge. It's brought to you by Salina Ortho, is Trey Tolley. On the girls' side, this should be an interesting matchup. When you look at the NCAA standings, it is southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart, right there a game apart from each other. Southeast of Saline comes in. Shauna Smith's group right now 2-0 in league play. Sacred Heart is at 1-1. Overall, over the past 10 games, this series, well, it's probably more even than what you would think. Southeast of Saline has a slight edge, 6-4 over Sacred Heart in their last 10 meetings. Of course, they split last year, each getting a game on their home floor. Sacred Heart comes in. Last year, they were 14-8. Of course, they lost to Wabaunsee in that loaded 2A sub-state. And Southeast of Saline looking to keep their roll going. They've won 4 of their last 5. This should be a really good game in game number 1. Later on, our guys' contest will be, can David slay Goliath right now? That's the way it looks in the NCAA as Sacred Heart trying to keep pace with Beloit. They are 2-0 in league play, but the Knights are 7-0 overall. Yet to experience a loss so far this year. Boy, this Knights team and Brian Gormley, they just keep reloading year after year. They made it to the state tournament last year. They look to do the same this year, and they will take on a pesky southeast of Saline team that comes in winners of their last 2 in a row. They're trying to get that winning streak up to 3 in a row with a win tonight over the rivals. Sacred Heart swept this series last year, 2-0 in the last 10. 6-4. Sacred Heart has the advantage on the guys' side. When we come back, we'll dig into this girls matchup. As the girls getting ready here, should be a really good contest as we have a doubleheader of Southeast of Saline basketball against the Sacred Heart Knights. Countdown to tip-off is underway, brought to you by L&L Advisors. We'll be back to the Sacred Heart Gym. You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball worldwide on Salina Post and locally right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're telling me your driver can turn you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Farmers, now is the time to start planning for spring. Phillips Seed is ready to help you choose the best seed genetics for your operation. From top-performing corn hybrids to high-yield soybean varieties and advanced seed treatments, we'll get your crops off to a strong start. Find us online at phillipsseed.com, on Facebook, or on X. Call us today at 785-949-2204. That's 785-949-2904. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA. KINA Salina.
Welcome back into Sacred Heart High School tonight, the start of the makeup game between Southeast of Saline and the Sacred Heart Knights. My name is Devin Haney, courtside here at Sacred Heart High. Along with me is Tyler Smith. And boy, Tyler, you get ready for this one, right? You get through the weekend and unfortunately lost the games on Friday. They'll have to be made up later against Minneapolis when they come to Southeast of Saline's campus. But able to get this one in here tonight, then hopefully tomorrow a road trip to Lyons, and then the busy week concludes on Friday. 3 consecutive road trips this week as Southeast of Saline on Friday goes and visits Clay Center. But a couple of big ones here in league play, especially on the Southeast of Saline girls side. They're going to take on a Sacred Heart team that is sitting right there in the middle of the league standings, and then go face the pesky Lions team tomorrow. Of course, there'll be girls and boys doubleheaders for you right here on KINA with live stream video on SalinaPost.com. This is always fun when we get to come, I always say, into town, right? I mean, we're sitting here at Sacred Heart. We always kind of sit here on the floor in between the benches. We get a little bit more flavor of the game than what is usually seen and heard at Southeast of Saline or other gymnasiums. And this girls' game is always fun. It used to be Southeast of Saline owned this series, but lately here over the last 10 games, it's 6-4. Southeast of Saline does have a slight advantage, but Sacred Heart just coming in and being a viable opponent, because they weren't for so many years, makes this rivalry all that much more fun.
Well, and I think that kind of exemplifies what this rivalry is. I mean, there's the years that Sacred Heart wasn't very good at all in the last 5 years, and to keep this series, at only 6-4, Southeast's advantage, over the last 10 games, over the last 5 years, that just shows you. And they're playing against somebody that maybe they played against, all the way from their third grade year, and they just played against that person growing up, and they don't know if they're supposed to be good or not supposed to be good. And so it creates atmospheres that are electric and fun for us to see and fun to watch. And I think, amongst coaching staffs, I have an 8-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old daughter, and, we kind of talking to them about how Sacred Heart's the big rival, and they're like, why is that a rivalry? Why is that a rivalry? And it has nothing to do with location, really. It has to do with just success and respect. I know these coaching staffs, we'll talk about it with the boys' side as well, but, it started with Arnold Schmittenberger, when he was the head coach of Sacred Heart, when Coach Shauna Smith took over at Southeast Saline. He was just such a respectful man. He coached a good program, and he had a lot of success. And then they went through some down years, and it's the same thing with Carl Hines. Carl Hines has really resurrected this team. He's got some young players coming up, but it's the respect that Carl Hines and Shauna Smith have with each other. I know they talk a lot, in the off season, talking about getting together, doing summer leagues, doing camps, doing things together. Success and respect create, these rivalries that make it fun. And then you throw into the account that there's going to be girls that live a block away from each other playing against each other tonight. They go to 2 separate high schools, and they go to different high schools for different reasons, and they've grown up playing with each other, and that's what makes tonight a lot of fun. You're going to see somebody tonight do something that maybe in years past they wouldn't do, or maybe against another opponent, maybe against a Minneapolis or a Lions or somebody else in the league. They wouldn't do it, but they're used to playing against this person. That's what makes tonight just an absolute blast.
When you look at the NCAA standings on the girls' side, coming into this week, Minneapolis right now at 3-0. Sacred Heart has 1 league loss. They come in 1-1 in league play. They're 3-4 overall, and Sacred Heart's only league loss is to that undefeated league team in Minneapolis, and it was by single digits. It wasn't that much last week. Southeast of Saline, by the way, they're right there in between the two at 2-0 in league play. They are 4-2 overall. Shauna Smith's group has won 4 of their last 5. We knew getting through 2024 on both the girls and guys side for Southeast of Saline was going to be a challenge. 3 of the 4 opponents on each side, boys and girls, were ranked in the state of Kansas. Very, very tough opponents. Southeast of Saline was able to get the upset in one of those games against Beloit. They lost to Heston, though, lost to Hillsboro, 1 at home, 1 on the road. But now winning 4 of their last 5, and a big week set up in front of them here with Sacred Heart here, also with Lions, both league games. And they step out of the NCAA on Friday to go to Clay Center, which is another state-ranked opponent. All of these games on the road, and then you don't get to go home and crack the doors open to the Purple Palace anytime soon either. The following week, you go to the Sterling Tournament. Those brackets came out today. If you want to go to sterlinginvitational.com or salinapost.com, you can see the setup for that. And Southeast of Saline, seated as the top team going into the Sterling Invitational Tournament. On the girls' side, they will start action 1 week from tomorrow, as we're looking way down the road here. We got a lot of basketball to play before that, but just to kind of set you up here, it will be a solid 2 weeks before Southeast of Saline is at home. This could be a portion of your season where it's not going to make or break you, but you could either build a lot of momentum or lose a lot of momentum.
Devin, you're exactly right. It's how you want to build, and it's how you respond to each performance, right? Like, a win tonight will obviously be massive, but it does nothing if you can't, carry that performance on tomorrow on a tough road trip to a pesky Lions team. And then all of a sudden that state-ranked Clay Center team, on Friday that I don't think has a loss yet at the 4A level. So it's all about just building. And that's something that we've talked about with this team. We talked about how young they are, and I think going back and watching film, and I'm a school teacher, so I've worked like 1 day in the last 30. So there's been a lot of that film being watched, but you're seeing glimpses of what this team can do. You're starting to see an identity be created, and that's what I'm excited. I'm excited to see games compressed together and see if that identity really comes to life, because maybe it's a flash in the pan. Maybe Sutton Douglas isn't always going to get a double-double like she had on Thursday night. But Sutton Douglas, we've talked about her all season, that she's always in the right spot at the right time. Maybe that is the identity. And that's what these next 3 weeks, because there's 3 straight weeks of 3 games a week. Folks, that's 9 games in 3 weeks. That's a little bit less than 50% of your season over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You got to get after it, and you got to go. And here's the time that your identity shines, and your upperclassmen have to shine through.
Yeah, because of the new scheduling and kind of the new format of a sub-state, Keisha's scheduling now this year, it almost is like the regular season ends about a week short. So February is very light unless you are a heavy postseason team. January is where it's going to be made, and so far Southeast of Saline off to a good start here in 2025. They'll try to keep that rolling. We'll step away, take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have starters for you and the tip. It is Southeast of Saline visiting Sacred Heart, and it's coming up next right here on KINA.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Flanell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Flanell.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities?
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back in here to Sacred Heart High School. Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith in the Equity Bank broadcast booth as we are just about ready to go here in this rivalry game. It's an NCAA League contest between Southeast of Saline and the Sacred Heart Knights. Let's first go over starting lineups for the home-standing Sacred Heart Lady Knights under the direction of head coach Carl Hines. They will start. Addie Lee, she is a sophomore, second on the team in scoring, 14.5 points per game for Addie Lee. Bethany Campa, also in the starting lineup. She averages 3.7 points a game, and she is a senior. Skylar Douglas is the leading scorer and leading rebounder on the Sacred Heart team. She is a junior, 16.7 points a game, also 3.5 rebounds per contest. Nicole Richards, also in the starting lineup. She is a junior, leading the team in assists at 3 assists per game. She also scores 2 points a contest. And Alyssa Patterson, also in the starting lineup. She is a senior for head coach Carl Hines. For the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans and head coach Shauna Smith, assisted by Steve Reedy and Kylie Holmes. She will start. Addison Rohr, a 5'7" senior, 2.5 points per game, also 4.5 rebounds. Addison leads the team in offensive rebounding. Abba Pearson, a 5'7" junior, leads the team in scoring and rebounding, 10.5 points a game, 4.8 rebounds. Also, Sutton Douglas, a 5'7" junior, 6.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds. She had a monster game on Thursday. Reese Heinrich is a 5'1 freshman point guard, 7.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and an assist. And Kaya Samuelson rounds out the starting five, the 5'7 freshman, 9.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. She leads the team in assists and steals. Big one here on deck tonight. Tyler Smith, your new Image Audio, keys to success for Southeast of Saline.
Devin, the amount of young star power that we have at the guard position tonight from both teams, and we're calling Skylar Douglas young, only a junior. She still, has 2 years left. We're going to call her young as well. Addie Lee, Skylar Douglas, the 2 stars for Sacred Heart. And then you talk about the young perimeter play that we've seen from Southeast Saline. I'm going to look at the post play. Who wins points in the paint? Who does the dirty things? We've seen what Abigail Pearson can do. We've seen Sutton Douglas flourish. We see that Addison Rohr continues to do the right things, be in the right spot. It'll be post play tonight, I think, that ends up winning this basketball game.
Courtside here at Sacred Heart in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, the Lady Knights win the tip. They're wearing white jerseys trimmed in gold and a little bit of dark blue. Southeast of Saline in their road purples trimmed in black and white. Sacred Heart starts out with the first possession. Southeast of Saline in a man-to-man. Here's a drive to the bucket, a shot up. That's no good. Heinrich has the rebound. She's off and running. Now poked out from behind. Southeast of Saline will have the inbounds on the side on their offensive end of the floor. Samuelson will trigger it in for the Lady Trojans.
And it's going to be fast. Like, Sacred Heart wants to play fast. Southeast wants to play fast. They want to get out and go. Again, when you talk about good perimeter play, that's what you want. You want your guards out running.
Heinrich on the left, little head and shoulder fake. Now to Samuelson. She pulls the trigger, deep three, rims out, no good. Rebound underneath, taken in by Skylar Douglas. Douglas, little hesitation, dribble. She approaches half court. Now she'll unload it to the left to Campa. Bethany Campa throws it into a steal. Samuelson with it, coast to coast. Kaya with the layup is good. Kaya Samuelson, like a thief in the night, takes that one away. It's the first turnover of the game for the Lady Knights. It ends up at 2 on the other end.
Yeah, great job, Samuelson, just jumping that pass right there, composed herself. Nice finish from Samuelson.
Sacred Heart trailing here on their home floor early on. 1 minute gone by, 2-0 Southeast of Saline. Sutton Douglas way out high playing defense. She's checking Bethany Camp at the top of the circle. Now they get rid of it. In now to Douglas. Douglas with a foul as Addison Rohr and Abba Pearson there defensively. Looked like Rohr was leaning over the top of her, and Addison will pick up her first foul.
Yeah, and Douglas is super strong right there. She catches the ball about 10 feet away from the bucket, goes to that left side. The lefty goes up strong, draws a foul from Rohr.
First foul of the game. Douglas toes the free throw stripe, knocks down the first.
And Douglas is a sweet stroke. We saw her freshman year 2 years ago just absolutely burn the nets, kept Sacred Heart in the basketball games. It's a great job. It's a great stroke as she buries the second.
The Southpaw junior puts both of them down. They're going to tie the game here 2-2. And Southeast of Saline set to get it back. Rural inbound to Heinrich. Here comes Reese up across the Knight logo. As she spins it off to the right-hand side, Samuelson. Baseline is open. Kaya will take it. Jump shot in the middle of the dribble. Up and good. Kaya Samuelson off to a hot start.
And, Devin, we've seen this all season from Kaya. I mean, her shooting percentage isn't great right now, but she doesn't take bad shots. She just did a great job getting right there. If those shots start falling, watch out. So right now she's 2 for 3. Just continue to get shots up because they're always good shots from Kaya.
She had a tough shooting night Thursday against Smoky Valley, right? Still ends up with 9 points. Here's a ball on the floor. Samuelson barrel rolls, pitches it up to Abba Pearson. Here comes Southeast of Saline the other way. Second turnover on Sacred Heart. Pearson up top, dancing, top of the circle. Being checked defensively there. She gets rid of it, ends up with Sutton Douglas. Left-hand drive, left-hand side, way up, good. Sutton Douglas. You can almost complete my sentences when I say left-hand drive, left-hand side.
Without a doubt, and that's just a scouting report issue. You've got to know the scouting report. Sutton Douglas, if she gets the ball in the left-hand wing, can get that leverage right there. She's going to finish. Great job. As you see Sacred Heart come down the other side.
6-2, Southeast of Saline with an early 4-point lead. As they play defense now, Sacred Heart a chance to run some offense here underneath their own basket. Inbounds coming from Douglas. She looks way up high. She'll get in the hands of Bethany Campa. The senior floats off to the right. She'll put the ball now in her left hand. Spin it off, now unload it. Now to Addie Lee. Lee being guarded here on this trip by Addison Rohr. Now Campa leaning into Douglas. She's going to put up a shot, and a foul is called on Sutton Douglas. I thought Sutton did a really good job defensively right up till the end on that one, and a foul called there on Sutton Douglas.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought Sutton stayed nice and tall, but I thought Campa did a good job trying to create that contact. It's just a good headsy play from the senior Campa. She misses the first.
First free throw is up and no good. To the bench early goes Shauna Smith. Annabelle Viales comes in. She's one of the leading rebounders on this team, 4.5 rebounds per contest. Also with her, Reagan Duran. What a night Thursday Reagan Duran had. A new career high in scoring as the second free throw is missed by Sacred Heart. It ends up being a alternate arrow situation, and Southeast of Saline will have it. Let's go back, though, to Thursday night. Reagan Duran, 15 points, a new career high. 12 of those came in fourth quarter and overtime. She also in the fourth quarter and overtime went 6 for 6 as Southeast of Saline throws it away for the first time. Reagan Duran went 6 of 6 Thursday from the free throw line. She also went 3 of 3 in the fourth quarter and overtime from the three-point arc. And she created 4 Smoky Valley turnovers in the fourth quarter and overtime. What a night and what a finish to that game. 6-2, Southeast leading by 4 here. Here's a flat-footed three-pointer that it's up and good for Bethany Campa. It's a 1-point game. Southeast of Saline leading 6-5.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Campa, but you're going to let Campa beat you, right? You don't let Douglas or Lee to get going and get hot. That's a shot you're going to let them take. You see right there, Samuelson banks in the 15-footer.
Samuelson had that crossover low and tight, and she just kind of worked the defender off of the screen twice. She went right, came back left, and was able to hit the glass Scottie Pippen style and knock it home. What a shot by Kaya Samuelson. Sarah Feldman rips off the warm-up. She comes to the scorer's table waiting for the next whistle. Sacred Heart nearly throws it into the backcourt. They do save it, though, at the strike. Now a pass that's airmailed over the top on the right-hand side to Nicole Richards. Richards now guarded by Duran, in trouble, looking for help. Here comes Addie Lee just in time. Lee wants to drop, shot blocked by Samuelson, loose ball underneath. The arrow will keep it with Sacred Heart on the dual possession there between Patterson and Douglas.
And here's where the dual possession really, here's where you struggled. The last dual possession was on an offensive or defensive rebound opportunity from a missed free throw. You got to make sure you're blocking out better on the defensive rebounds. All these possessions are super important. You know, you look at the last 2 games these teams have played, the winning team doesn't score any more than 30 points, right? So every possession is important. You cannot just give offensive rebounds up, especially from missed free throws, as Southeast did a couple possessions ago.
Here's a handoff and a free pass to the basket almost for Mia Hamilton. She was kind of stumbling as she went in, and a foul will be called here on Southeast of Saline underneath. It's going to go against Reagan Duran, and that is her first. So 3 team fouls on Southeast of Saline, all scattered out. 1 apiece on 3 different players. Reagan Duran gets that one as the free throw was knocked down here by Mia Hamilton. In the early going, 3 of 5 from the free throw line for Sacred Heart. Chance to pull it within 1 on Hamilton's second attempt, and it rattles off, no good. The lead for Southeast remains 2 as we are halfway through the first period. Heinrich off to the left-hand side. Samuelson has it. Skip past to Feldman. Left-handed 3 on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped out of there by Heinrich, and Sacred Heart will run it down in the corner.
And that might look like a quick shot, but I think when Feldman gets feet involved, just like she did there, catches it in rhythm, that's a shot you always want. Feldman's got such a sweet stroke when everything works. Take that shot 9 out of 10 times with Sarah Feldman.
Yeah, if she's set up and ready to go and open, man, I don't think anybody in the gym has a problem with that. From Sarah Feldman. Kaya Samuelson will come out. She'll get her first break of the game. So right now it's Viales, Duran, Feldman, Pearson, Heinrich on the floor for Southeast of Saline. 3:36 remains. Opening quarter, 8-6 so far, Southeast. Sacred Heart overloaded on one side. Poor spacing there. Here's a runner now by Richards. It's no good. Rebound underneath by Eden Sharpton, a sophomore. She plays it back out. Skylar Douglas wants to reset. Now they play to Richards. Richards with 1 dribble to the right. Didn't go anywhere. Now unloads it to Addie Lee. Lee, a long three-pointer that went up and scraped the rafters. She missed it. Gets her own rebound. Fires again. And another miss. Now a rebound by Viales. Boy, Annabelle's done a really great job coming off the bench and just grabbing boards, you know?
She's doing a great job with the position right there, and she just skies above others. Great job, strong hands. And just we've seen already 2 defensive rebounds from Viales. That's her role right now. Just continue to create and get defensive rebounds.
Annabelle, one of the leading rebounders on this team, and now Pearson almost taking a mental note from what's happening on the other end, and the way this game is being called, forces her way underneath the basket, goes in the act of shooting, and gets herself to the free throw line. You can't help but to think Abba noticed what was going on the other end with Southeast getting fouls, and she went and got one of her own.
Well, and that's clearly been an emphasis with Abigail's game, right? She fell in love with the 3-point shot. 3 for 5, I believe, on Thursday night. But Abba's game, she's got to get into the paint. Like, she's so strong down low. She's got to be able to create shots for herself. She did a good job right there.
Pearson goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Missed the first, got the second. Extends that Southeast lead back out to 9. Kaya Samuelson back at the scorer's table, waiting on a break to check in. That bench, a continual motion right now for Shauna Smith as she is keeping her girls fresh. It's a big week for Southeast of Saline with 3 different games all on the road. Here's a quick fire that's up, no good. Ball on the floor, scrum for it. 2, 3, now 4 players down after it. And another arrow as we go to check it, and we'll go to Southeast of Saline this time.
And that's a shot. That shot came up so quickly. It looked like Reagan Drain had great position, but didn't know that shot was coming up so quickly. All of a sudden, the ball was near. They did a great job tying it up. Ball goes to Southeast Saline, but that's something you want to grab those boards. You don't want to see the alternate possession come up because those will come back to hurt you later on.
Lee and Heinrich dance through the backcourt. They come across the timeline. Heinrich unloads it to Samuelson on the right. A shot up by Kaya is no good, but Heinrich's going to save it. Back into the hands of Kaya Samuelson. Reese Heinrich, 4-3. Off the rim, no good. Viala's trying to get the rebound, dives into the stage, and it's going to go the other way to Sacred Heart.
And, Devin, that's a ball. I don't know who it deflected off, but you got to love to see Viala just going after it. Like, sometimes it's just a mentality thing, right? Like, Viala's, we know we've talked about her knee injury. She hasn't come back 100%. We don't know really where she is. I don't care who that ball was tipped off of. I love to see Annabelle Vialis dive into the padding right there and try to get the loose ball.
Duran will pick up Douglas as she comes across the half-court stripe. Still a 3-point Southeast of Saline lead. We're inside 2 minutes left to go, first quarter. Here's a step back. 3-pointer on the way. It's going to come off the front of the rim. That's no good for Maddie Lee. And the rebound Southeast of Saline. Samuelson has it in her left hand. Crosses over, comes back right. Feldman inside to Durant. Here's the kick out. Heinrich gets the feet set. Too strong, no good. Vialas gets the offensive board. Annabelle back out. Put it over the top of Kaya Samuelson, who has to chase it down to the half-court strike. 1:22 left to go. Southeast of Saline working with a tenacious Sacred Heart defense here. There's a long 3-pointer by Duran, and Reagan off the mark there. Sacred Heart will bring it back the other way.
Well, and Devin, Viala's doing a great job establishing position down low. At some point, you got to feed the big. You got to give Viala's the ball. You got to slow things down, let her work offensively. You see the foul at number 2 on Duran.
Reagan has become the first player in this game to pick up number 2. The foul count now for Southeast of Saline is 4, Sacred Heart 1. Sutton Douglas, Abba Pearson, Addison Rohr all come back in. They will join the 2 freshmen in Samuelson and Heinrich, wearing purple for Southeast of Saline. 67 seconds left to play, opening quarter. 3-point Southeast of Saline lead. Here's the drive off the foot and a turnover for Sacred Heart. That came from Mia Hamilton, and that is Sacred Heart's 3rd turnover.
Yeah, great catch from Hamilton up top. She had Samuelson kind of on her, and then she just attacks to the left side. Ball kind of bobbles around off her own leg. Ball goes to Southeast of Saline.
9-6, 1 minute left to go here in the opening quarter. Southeast of Saline with the lead in the basketball. Heinrich with it on the right, to Samuelson. Kaya has it taken away. She tried to go left to Sutton Douglas, and it's a steal and a layup in transition on the other end for Nicole Richards. 2nd turnover of the game for Southeast of Saline. 2 points for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, and you can't have those unforced turnovers that end up in live ball turnovers right there. There's just an ill-advised pass right there from Samuelson. Too easy for Sacred Heart.
Here's Pearson driving to the basket. Floated away just a bit on the right-hand side as she reached the block. And Abba Pearson now has 3 points. Back to a 3-point SES lead, 11-8.
Yeah, tough angle from Pearson right there. Sets the feet, though, goes up strong. Nice finish from Abigail Pearson.
Well, traveling violation. Looked like Hamilton got away with at the top. Now she'll play it off to Nicole Richards. Sacred Heart running out of clock here. Down to 8, down to 7. Now a shot up. Addison Rohr has the rebound. Southeast has a chance. Clock down to 2. Heinrich, long pass up to Samuelson. A long 3 is going to be launched, but nothing there as Southeast of Saline ends the first quarter with a 3-point advantage. It is the Lady Trojans from Gypsum, 11, Sacred Heart 8. As we go to the second quarter, it's coming up next. When we come back to the Equity Bank broadcast booth, you're listening to Lady Trojan Basketball.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
Suit up for your next Southeast of Saline game day with Trojan gear from Copyco. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more available off the rack or customized. At Copyco, they offer all the printing and custom apparel you need at the prices and fast turnaround you've come to expect over the last 30 years as your local hometown print shop. Whether you're a diehard Trojan fan, a coach planning the next big event, or a business looking to sponsor the team, they've got everything you need to show your Southeast of Saline spirit. Copyco, more than just a copy center, a proud sponsor of Southeast of Saline.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back into the heart of Salina. Sacred Heart High School is the site for this rivalry game between Sacred Heart and Southeast of Saline. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith. We start the second quarter. Sacred Heart with the basketball and a beautiful jumper on the left wing, up and good from Skylar Douglas.
Yeah, nice little set play right there. They got Douglas on that little elbow right there. She did a good job just burying that mid-range jumper.
Here's Samuelson knifing her way inside. A rebound off the air ball. Looked like it belonged to Sutton Douglas, but Sutton couldn't handle it. It goes off her shoe and out of bounds. Southeast now back to playing defense, leading by 1, 11-10.
And Devin, one of those things, you don't know if it's an anomaly or if it's something that's going to continue to happen, but the second quarter has not been kind to say it's a Southeast Saline. You want to see them come out, you want to see them go, right? Like we saw last week, Thursday night, came out really strong in the first quarter, then all of a sudden surrendered a big lead, and it took them forever to battle back in Smoky Valley. So you got to be really strong in the second quarter, keep the lead when you go into halftime.
I mean, you worry about these teams, and I'm not just saying these two teams on the floor. I'm talking about every team with the lack of practice and playing in high-level games such as this. But these two teams are sharp. I mean, they're playing good basketball right now.
Well, and I think that's a testament to Carl Hines and Shauna Smith. Like, they know how to coach their girls. They know how to keep them fresh. Like, there's creative ways to keep your teams ready, right? Like when you have long breaks. And there's ways, and I think administration works well with both teams, how you practice it can safely get people back and forth. You see an errant pass right there from Abigail Pearson. You don't need that. I heard that from Coach Shauna Smith right there. Just make the nice, easy pass. But there's ways to stay sharp while you're having these breaks, and I think that's one thing that both these coaches have done a really good job doing.
Abba shaking her head in disgust at herself as she just airmailed that one over the top. We saw the angle. I get what she was doing. The defender kind of jumped in the passing lane and then came back out on her. Just kind of disrupted her rhythm there and what she was trying to do with that pass. Here's Douglas with a three, right-hand side, no good. Rebound by Sutton Douglas. Here's Samuelson now being knocked down on the open floor by Skylar Douglas, who is getting up off the floor, and that will be the second foul. Well, he called that on 12, and that's Samuelson's number.
Well, I think, hey.
It's got to be on Douglas.
Number 2 on Douglas.
Yeah, they called the foul on the wrong person. They called it on Nicole Richards, and she was nowhere to be found. It should have went on Skylar Douglas, which would be her second. So now the officials are going to work it out here.
And that's going to be a big one right there, because you can't just... A second foul on Skylar Douglas is huge right now.
Kaya Samuelson was a Southeast player involved in that. There was only 2 players back here in the backcourt. 12 happens to be Samuelson's number, so he just called the wrong number. 6:19 left to go. It's 11-10. Southeast of Saline with the 1-point advantage as we get this foul worked out here at the table. And it will go on Skylar Douglas. So that'll be her second. So that's a big one there. That's not one you can ignore. As Southeast of Saline now playing defense after they lost it on their offensive end there.
And Devin, I love it when officials get together and talk, right? Like we talk about, there's mistakes made. There's so many things going on. Heck, we might have made a mistake or two. As you see a turnover right there from Sacred Heart. I've made less than you. But you have to get together. You have to talk about it, and that's a great thing about these guys. You know, they're under a lot of scrutiny. Officials always are, but you love it when they get together and get the right call.
A little switcheroo here. Addie Lee has been assigned, maybe made up her mind internally, that she is going to make things very difficult on Reese Heinrich in this game. And Reese has done okay with it, but just a little switch here. They put the ball in the hands of Kaya Samuelson to bring it up the floor and set offense instead of Reese Heinrich, as those two become more and more interchangeable.
Yeah, they really do. It just kind of depends on what you want to do offensively, and they can both do either thing. It just depends on how you want to, get that flow going. As you see Kaya miss a three again, it's a good shot. You want Kaya taking that shot. The shots are going to start to fall. She hasn't had the success that she's experienced in the past. You see right there, just a shuffle of the feet by not Benia. It is Patterson who just shuffled the feet, just got going a little bit too quick. But again, it's that defensive pressure that's there the entire time, makes things really difficult.
So back the other way, southeast of Saline has it. Each team with a couple of empty possessions here, as a ball that is disrupted by Addie Lee. She was just kind of being a pest there for southeast of Saline defensively. Ball came loose, and then Sacred Heart ended up with a traveling violation, so they'll stay here with southeast.
Yeah, Devin, the sophomore Addie Lee just does so many right things, right? She knows how to play the game, extremely athletic. There's so many things that she does for this team that maybe go unseen. We know she's averaging 14.5 a game, but she does so many things.
Samuelson to Heinrich off the screen for three. Reese Heinrich just a shade to the right, top of the circle, and the 5'1 freshman gets her first three ball of the game. Sacred Heart trying to answer. That one rims off, no good. Look at Sutton Douglas go get that rebound. Boya just stuck to her right hand, and she's able to find an easy outlet here in Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson plays it to the right, Ava Pearson. Sacred Heart has really tightened the ratchets here defensively. Pearson dribbles into a double team. She is tied up. The arrow will keep it with southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and again, Pearson's not happy with herself. Benia did a good job defensively, having position, getting her hands on the basketball. But let's talk about Sutton Douglas's rebounding. Sutton comes from more of a volleyball background, I'd say, than a basketball background. You're starting to see these transitions. You're starting to see why she's always in the right spot. You're always seeing why she has great hands. Sutton's just doing a great job transitioning volleyball into basketball.
Here's Heinrich trying to go back-to-back. Why not? Reese Heinrich buries another three. That one just two steps to the left of the one that she hit a moment ago. Biggest lead of the game right now for Southeast, 17-10. And Sacred Heart loses it out of bounds. Turnover number 6 for the Lady Knights.
Well, and that offense always ignites defense. You saw Heinrich right there. Great on-the-ball defense creates that turnover.
30-second timeout. We will step aside and take it as well. Nearly through halfway of the second quarter. 17-10, southeast of Saline. Here's a 30 from Lady Trojan Basketball on KIA.
You're telling me your driver can turn you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
17-10 our score. 4:31 left to go here in the second quarter. Back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Boy, New Image Audio, if you don't have remote start on your car, and I've been telling you for like 5 years now to go to New Image Audio, you really appreciate it if you have it over the last week or so, right? Go see them. It is cheaper than what you would think to add a remote start to your vehicle. Here's Viales. Kind of caught the ball off a curl tile, and that bump jarred the ball loose, and she lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, really good defense from Sacred Heart. Right there, Viales has got to catch that ball strong. Just establish, the jump stop. I'm working with kindergarten girls right now. It's that jump stop that you're teaching them now that's going to be super important. Right there, she's got to be a little bit stronger, and then she can go up strong with the basketball.
17-10. Here is Sacred Heart with a shot that is up no good. It goes off a Sacred Heart player and out of bounds. Sutton Douglas is in there trying to grab the rebound for southeast of Saline. That'll give Reagan Durant a chance to come in. She will give Kaya Samuelson a break here. Remember, Reagan has 2 fouls that she got in the first quarter.
And if you can keep Reagan out of foul trouble, I like this rotation with the perimeter players, right? Because we know that Durant can do so many things. We know what Heinrich can do. We know what Samuelson can do. They're alike for like. They're all just transitioning very well back and forth.
Reagan unloads it, now gets it back. Her three, right wing. Bullseye. Reagan Durant picking up where she left off Thursday in a burner of a game, especially late against Smoky Valley in that overtime win for Southeast. 20-10. Now Southeast of Saline has built this lead. They are outscoring Sacred Heart here in the second quarter, 9-2. 3:25 left to go before halftime. There's a drive. And a shot that is up off the rim twice. Viales cleans it up.
So strong right there from Viales. She had numerous nights around her, just grabs that rebound and rips it down. It's a great rebound from the sophomore Annabelle Viales.
Pearson on the right, dribbles in, now collects traffic, plays it out to Viales. She'll come back at it, and she gets roadblocked underneath by Bethany Campa. And free throws, nope, foul on the floor.
And here's what I love. Again, we talk about the confidence you get from one side of the court to the other. You see Viales, she grabs the rebound, she gets right there. Viales, again, a lot like Douglas, isn't great with her back to the ball, but if she gets that motor going and she gets going towards the bucket, she's dangerous to handle, and right there draws the foul on Sacred Heart.
Addison Rohr back in. She'll give Sutton Douglas a break here. 3:06 left to go. Off the inbounds. Pearson was open, couldn't get the shot to go down. Her and Viales both try to save the rebound, and it'll be a lost possession there by Southeast of Saline.
When we talk about those baseline inbounds plays that we've seen Southeast have so much success with right there, and there you got the shot you wanted, you got the person you wanted, you had Abigail down low on the block. It was contested, difficult shot, but that's a shot you want Abigail taking.
Inside 3 minutes to go before halftime. Southeast doubling Sacred Heart up here early. A shot put up along the baseline, uncontested, to Nicole Richards, as she has 4 points. That's just the second basket of the quarter for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, nice finish from Richards. Again, those mid-range jumpers are so difficult, and she just hit it. But like you said, uncontested. You got to get a hand in her face.
Heinrich has it on the left side, now top of the key. Pearson, Abba with that big leg kick, now a crossover. Kicks it back out to the right. Here's Rohr. She wants to drive. Tried to play it cross court to Duran. Reagan's going to have to run this down. She saves it to Reese Heinrich. Nice job there by Reagan Duran, keeping that one alive for the Lady Trojans. Now to Pearson as we approach the 2-minute mark. Southeast still working on this drive offensively. They're going to tag Heinrich with a traveling violation. 5th turnover for Southeast. Samuelson and Douglas both come into the game for Southeast of Saline. They will join Pearson, Rohr, and Duran.
And Devin, we talk about this as the season progresses. You're starting to see rotations get set. You're starting to see, and I don't see a lot of fall off. We're seeing bench players come in, and you don't know if a bench player's in, a bench player's not. You know who the starters are. Like this team has continued to play great defense. You see right there, Rohr called for the foul on Douglas. Douglas did a great job driving baseline. Rohr just didn't get there in time. It's her second, so now you got to protect her. And again, you're going with Annabelle, who's, once we get Viales back into shape, again, still nursing that knee, still trying to get her in shape, but you'll take Viales for Rohr.
1:52 left to go. Sacred Heart off the inbounds here. Came from underneath their own basket. Up top to Douglas. Now they play it off to the left-hand side to Addie Lee. Lee a pass inside, and a shot put up no good. Samuelson comes out of nowhere, grabs the rebound, and collects a foul. Boy, what an effort that time by Kaya Samuelson.
And I don't know if we would have appreciated that if we were at the Purple Palace because we're so high up. We're down here court level. You just saw Samuelson sky over everybody else. That's a fantastic rebound from the freshman.
Hand up by the neck, grabbed the board, got the foul on the way down. That is the first foul on Ellie Campa. Samuelson works it off to the left, now to Reagan Duran. Duran a long pass, and Pearson doing veteran things. Again, coming to the basketball. She kept coming towards that pass and was able to collect a foul on Sacred Heart. It's on Skylar Douglas, and that is her third.
And, Devin, you're exactly right. Coming to the basketball, that's something we've seen maybe with the younger players that we haven't seen. You're letting a pass come to you. You go to meet that pass, you're going to have a defender come through you. That's a huge foul on Skylar Douglas.
Yeah, and if you don't do that, it's a steal and a layup on the other end, right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Duran faked a three, steps inside the arc. Long shot, 18-feet put up. That's no good. Sutton Douglas gets the rebound. Sutton couldn't grab it, but she went ahead and just tapped it out to Samuelson there.
Like a nice set, like a nice pass in volleyball right there. That's where those hands come in.
Here's another deflection, but Douglas saves it off of Pearson's pass. Over right-hand side to Duran. Boy, Sacred Heart's really getting after it defensively. Here's Samuelson now inside. Had the ball deflected. Ends up saving it out to Douglas. Now back to Samuelson. Long three from the corner. That won't go. Battle for the rebound again. This time it'll go to Ellie Campa. 48 seconds left to go. 20-12. Southeast of Saline leads it. Here is Addie Lee getting inside. And now another three-point attempt out here by Bethany Campa. She already has one made in this game. And she cannot get that one to go down, and a foul called on the rebound. This will go against Annabelle Viales.
Well, and Ellie Kemper right there did a great job attacking the basketball right there. I thought Vialis had good position. Vialis didn't do anything wrong. It's just Ellie Kemper was going after the loose ball. It's a great job drawing the foul on Annabelle Vialis.
Duran out, Feldman in for the last 37 seconds. Remember, Reagan has those 2 fouls. Good job protecting her here by the Southeast coaching staff. Here's a drive and a kick out. Shot is up. Flat shot off the rim, off the backboard, and in for Mia Hamilton. Her first field goal of the day. 20-15 now. That Southeast Ypsilanti lead has been cut in half. Was once 10, now it's 5. Southeast can have the last say here in the second quarter. They have taken the clock down to 12. Pearson out near the logo. Crosses over now, goes left. She'll go to Samuelson. Clock down to 7. Douglas has it now, back to Pearson. Clock down to 4. Pearson over to Samuelson. Bobbled the basketball, now picks it up. Shot attempt block, and that will end the first half. What a job by Sacred Heart getting back into this and making it a 2-possession game. After trailing by 10, the Lady Knights come back, and they get to within a 2-possession game. 20-15 is our score. When we come back, we'll have numbers from the first half. We'll also have a visit with Southeast Ypsilanti men's basketball head coach Francis Flax. It's all coming up here as we hit the intermission break. It's halftime, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 20-15, Southeast Ypsilanti leading Sacred Heart here at halftime of the girls' game on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Right here at halftime of the girls contest. Halftime brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 20-15. Southeast Ypsilanti leads it by 5. Was once a 10-point lead of Sacred Heart with a little 5-0 run here going in to the second half. Time now to catch up on what's going on with SES Trojan Basketball with head coach Francis Flax. And boy, coach, unfortunately we couldn't get that game in with Minneapolis on Friday, but still a weekend where I assume you had a chance to hit the gym a little bit and get ready for this busy week coming up. 3 straight road contests. Here tonight against Sacred Heart, also Tuesday, tomorrow night at Lions in the league contest, and out of league on Friday to face a tough Clay Center team at Clay Center. How was your weekend?
It was great. Got a little bit of weather, and then we went to the gym and got some things worked out, I hope, and we know what kind of a task we're faced with this week, so we got to take it one game at a time.
Yeah, 3 really tough teams. Lions much better in basketball here for what we've seen over the last couple of years. And, of course, Sacred Heart, it goes without saying, they're still undefeated. Also, Clay Center, they're very, very tough out of the NCKL. How'd you feel about the game on Thursday against Smoky Valley? This was, I don't want to say a walk in the park, but it was definitely a game where you guys had a chance to build some confidence, had a chance to hit some shots, score some points. Everybody that got into the game except just one player scored for Southeast of Saline, and everyone played. That suited up for the varsity team in a 69-23 win. How do you feel about the game on Thursday?
Well, I liked what we did. We came out. We didn't slack off the whole game, which was what I really liked, because sometimes you get a large lead, you tend to coast in the second half, and we came out like we meant business. I told them the score's 0-0. We always want to win the second half, which we did. So I was pleased with the way it all worked out.
Yeah, something that you really wanted to do in 2025 compared to the first 4 games of the year was cut those turnovers down. And I'm with you. You get in a game like that, things can get sloppy. You can kind of do some things that are out of character and turn the basketball over and lose your focus. But just 5 turnovers unofficially for your team in that game.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate lately because we are taking care of the basketball. And the fewer turnovers you have, the more opportunities you get.
Yeah.
So that all is all hand in hand. But, and most of our turnovers really are turnovers that I don't mind that much because we're trying to do something positive, and maybe somebody got a hand on it, maybe they didn't, but they weren't. Very few have been unforced turnovers.
Yeah. Gannon Jacobson, Owen Bailey, of course, they continue to be sensational for you. They combined for 36 points, each of them with 18 coming out of the gates against Smoky Valley. But the rest of your team put up 63 points, and that was good to see the rest of the game get involved in scoring, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. I was really happy with our bench play. The guys, I think, are kind of settled into where they belong, what their role's going to be, who they're going in for, about approximately when they're going in for them, and all that's starting to work out a little bit. So we made a lot of progress since the first of the year.
Starts a busy week for you here tonight in town against Sacred Heart. This is a team yet to experience a loss. They are undefeated. They're 7-0 so far, and it just seems like you don't know who the guys are going to be wearing the Sacred Heart uniforms. You just know they're going to be good year in and year out. Brian Gormley does such a good job with this basketball program. What do you see when you look at this year's version of the Knights?
Well, they're definitely quick. They're going to try to take you to the rim and not necessarily looking to shoot. They're going to take you to the rim. If somebody helps, they're going to find the open man for the 3. They had a game against Lions where they didn't score a 2-point bucket in the second half. It was all 3-pointers and free throws.
Yeah.
So figure that out. You can pretty well tell what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it is definitely team basketball, and that's kind of been the trend over the last couple of years. What do you want to see most from your guys tonight here in this game?
Well, I just want to see us guard. I want to see us keep our hands off and guard and limit their opportunities to one shot. If we can control the backboards, we'll have a good shot of being in the game when it gets down to the final minutes.
Put the old towel drill to work, right? I counted 1 hand check foul Thursday against your guys.
Well, we had them out again yesterday, so.
Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game. Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight trying to give Sacred Heart their first loss of the season. That will be in game number 2 of our doubleheader. First game right now is at halftime. Southeast of Saline's ladies leading Sacred Heart 20-15. We're on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. Back with more after this 2-minute timeout on KINA.
Trojan fans, it takes fuel to win the day. When you're following our team to show that purple pride, fill your tank with gas and diesel as you're coming or going at our 24/7 pumps. And be sure to stop to get the energy you need with a hot cup of New England coffee or cocoa. Or grab a slice of your favorite Hunt Brothers pizza and snacks. Assyria Oil and Hardware is proud to support the Southeast of Saline community. Located at the corner of Center and Main in Assyria. We'll fill you up.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit Everhart Precision heartprecision.com.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at halftime in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith taking numbers from the first half, brought to you by the Bank of Tuscan. Let's go over scoring for you. There are two Lady Trojans from Southeast of Saline leading the way, each with a half a dozen. Reese Heinrich, she got all her 6 in the second quarter. Kaya Samuelson got all of her 6 in the first quarter. Also 3 from Reagan Duran, 3 from Abba Pearson, and 2 for Sutton Douglas. For the Sacred Heart Lady Knights, they have 3 different players with 4 points. Skylar Douglas, Nicole Richards, and Mia Hamilton all have 4. Bethany Campa has 3 for Sacred Heart. Free throw shooting, Southeast of Saline, 1 of 2. Sacred Heart, 3 of 6. Sacred Heart with 6 turnovers in the first half unofficially. Southeast of Saline with 5. Currently, Sacred Heart, Tyler, on a 5-0 run. They have cut that Southeast of Saline lead in half. Your new image audio keys to success here for Southeast of Saline to finish it out.
Well, Devin, it goes two ways, right? Like, first of all, you're happy that between Douglas and Lee combined, they've only scored 4 points, with Douglas having all 4 of those. That's great. The concern is they've only got 4 points between 2 of them. Like, someone's going to get going. They're going to start drawing up plays. Carl Hines is too good of a coach to let these girls not get shots up. You got to continue to play strong defense on them. Let everybody else beat you, but you got to start hitting shots for Southeast. You're getting plenty of opportunities. Start hitting those gimmies.
Sacred Heart dumps it in down low to Patterson. She fell down with the basketball and then lost it out of bounds. Turnover here for Sacred Heart, their 7th of the game, first of the half.
And that was just strong post defense from Douglas. Douglas didn't let Patterson go either way. She continued to keep her defensive pressure, and it made it really difficult for Patterson to do anything with the basketball.
Douglas with us. She'll swing it into the corner in front of the Southeast of Saline bench to Pearson. Now it works all the way back around the perimeter to Sutton Douglas. Douglas through the defense to Samuelson, now to Heinrich. Everybody's touched the ball here except for Addison Rourke. Quick shot put up by Southeast. That's no good. And it goes out of bounds. It will stay here with the Lady Trojans, leading by 5. Still looking for our first points of the second half.
And you're hearing it from Coach Shauna Smith. She wants the ball moved. She wants less dribbling, move the ball, pass the ball around, continue to get that motion offense going.
Basketball up high near the elbow to Douglas. She'll go to Rohr. Now to Heinrich, who will launch the 3. She's looking for her 3rd of the game. That is no good. Offensive rebound by Samuelson. Her putback is blocked, but then Addison Rohr picks up the ball off the deck. She is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Rohr, good job getting that offensive rebound just on the opposite side of the bucket right there. You want to see Rohr just kind of maybe slow things down, go up to the left hand, get that bucket to go and still absorb the contact either way at the free throw line for 2.
Bethany Campa guilty of the foul. That is her 2nd foul. First free throw up and good for Madison Rohr. Addison on the season now 60% from the line. She's 6 out of 10. This one rattles off, no good. 21-15, Southeast of Saline gets the first point of the second half, leading by 6. Here's a ball poked away by Pearson. Ends up with Patterson, then tied up by Pearson as they go at it, and the arrow belongs to Southeast. Back-to-back turnovers now for Sacred Heart to start the second half.
Yeah, great job from Pearson. Pearson's been battling kind of a swollen knee, not really sure what's going on with it, but she's doing a great job. I mean, it's a Pearson, right? You talk about Annabelle, you talk about Abigail, her sister Mallory. I mean, there's someone with that Pearson name, you know they're going to give you everything they've got. You see right there, Addie Lee, just a great job tying up the basketball, getting it back to Sacred Heart.
Tried taking it away from Heinrich. Reese hit the deck along with Addie Lee, and they both hit hard. Addie Lee gets up, shaking it off. Heinrich will go back now on defense as the arrow that time gave it to Sacred Heart. Turnover for Southeast, their 6th of the game.
Yeah, and if you're going to be a fan of us, you're going to stick with us, and I don't know why you wouldn't the next couple of years with Lee, Heinrich, Samuelson. You talk about these sophomores and these freshmen, they're going to be fun to watch battle in the next couple of years.
Right now, defense, the calling card for Southeast of Saline. They have forced 3 consecutive turnovers to start the half here for Sacred Heart. Samuelson and Pearson will work together to bring it up across the timeline and start offense here for the Lady Trojans. Pearson directing traffic, wants Douglas to come. There's Sutton now. She unloads the ball to her. Now a little shovel pass, handoff to Samuelson. Samuelson looking inside for Heinrich, and that one's going to be stolen away. as Campa takes it away for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, that pass is a beat too late, right? Like if that pass is on time, it might have a chance to get through. Still a tough pass. It's a good job from Campa being in a good defensive position for Sacred Heart.
Mid-lane entry. Here to Douglas. Now they swing it back out. Douglas now has it. Was Richards before. Now to Campa. Here's a baseline shot put up. That's an air ball, no good. It lanes right in the lap, though, of Skylar Douglas, who's trying to save it out. She does so to Bethany Campa. Now in the hands of Addie Lee. Lee checked over there defensively by Reese Heinrich. Southeast started this early on, second quarter, playing kind of a zone look here, a shell look with an odd man front with Abba Pearson out top. And they have stuck with it here in the third quarter. And a three-pointer that is up and good from Skylar Douglas, who leads the way for Sacred Heart with 7.
Yeah, and right there, you just can't give Douglas that much time. I mean, she eyed that thing down. It's a great stroke that Douglas has. You see a nice steal from Maddie Lee on Heinrich.
Now back-to-back turnovers for Southeast of Saline. Each team with 3 turnovers here in this third quarter. And Addie Lee ran right into Abba Pearson, and Pearson will get the foul.
Yeah, Pearson right there, just kind of the feet were stuck. Addie Lee, super smart. I mean, Addie Lee comes from a very athletic family. Uncle Jason Wells played baseball at Kansas State. Mom's a great cross-country runner for Oklahoma State. I mean, the athletic genes are there, and she's got the wits to match it.
30-second timeout. We will step aside. 5:17 left to go here. We're early on in the second half. Southeast of Saline basketball tonight is brought to you by Salina Ortho.
The field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
5:17 left to go. We are in the third quarter. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Sacred Heart with the basketball. They trail by 3. Lob pass inside. And it's going to be poked out of there, but then back into the hands of Addie Lee, who takes a runner. That's no good. Rebound down underneath. Now a loose ball scooped up by Sutton Douglas. Here comes the junior out of the pack, looking for help. She goes to Abba Pearson. Pearson fires a pass right inside Durant. She floats to the basket. Had her left arm grabbed. Still goes up with a shot and was fouled. Free throws coming up for Reagan Durant.
And Devin, that all started from Sutton Douglas getting a loose ball and then slowing things down. Like Sutton knows that she's not somebody that should be bringing the ball up the court. Kind of slowed things down, gave it to a guard. Great dish to Duran with so much speed on the wing. Just a great attacking offensive play from Reagan Duran.
They're going to give that foul to Patterson, and I don't know that was the case, but Reagan Duran's going to make the free throw anyway. 4 points so far for Reagan. She had a right wing 3 in the second quarter.
And we have another question about fouls. Looks like Coach Sean Smith, she's asking the same question we were talking about.
Patterson was the one that lost the ball. She was not down the floor in time to stop that break or make a foul. Second free throw, bounces around, thinks about it, and then falls in for Reagan Durant. She goes 2 for 2 at the line. She has now hit her last 8 free throws. Reagan, after the game on Thursday, shooting 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Here's a shot put up down low by Sacred Heart, no good. Here comes Kaya Samuelson. Kaya tapping the brakes, now throws it over the head of Sutton Douglas. And that is going to draw the ire of Steve Reedy up off the bench, who, again, it's just time and place, and you did not need that pass at that time and place.
No, you're exactly right. Everything Kaya, like her mind is working perfectly fine, but that's going to take a precise pass and a great catch. It's just in that situation, you get the ball. We talked about how valuable the basketball is. Possessions are limited in this game. There's great defense played on both sides. You got to take advantage of the basketball, get your half-court set, and just let it work.
Here is a runner that is put up and in as Sacred Heart makes Southeast of Saline pay for the turnover with a runner from Mia Hamilton.
Yeah, that's a great finish from Hamilton. I love that baseline drive. That's such a difficult thing to do. You have no backboard exposed. She did a great job just going up and finishing strong for Sacred Heart.
Southeast a little bit rattled here in the third quarter. Now they get in the hands of Pearson, who calls an offensive set. A near steal by Sacred Heart. Samuelson takes it away. Hits the jumper on the right elbow and is fouled. Samuelson just in time to get reprimanded for the turnover, makes something good happen, and probably tames that talk a little bit.
She did, and that's that like kind of freshman panic right there. Everything was kind of going awry, but she went up strong. Hits a big bucket for Southeast to kind of just slow everything down. You see Annabelle just climb over the back. That's a great job, great position right there from Nicole Richards, drawing that foul on Annabelle Viales. Richards had great position. Viales couldn't do anything else.
Well, I want to go back to that jumper by Samuelson because it did seem kind of hurried up and kind of, I don't want to say clunky, but just it was a hurried up play. But isn't that instinct, though? She spun the defender off who tried to gamble for a steal. It was open and just drained it.
And that's something like you can't get upset at some of these turnovers she makes because she's going on instinct, and right there, that's a shot. If that shot doesn't go in, it's a horrible shot, but it goes. It's a great shot. What a finish right there from Richards. Richards going to the left, finishes from the right from about 8 feet away.
Nicole Richards with a runner brings Sacred Heart back within 3. Southeast keeps trying to pull away. They go up by 5 or 6, but Sacred Heart still there to bring it back within 3. It's the third time in this quarter they have been within a single possession. Samuelson has it again in the keyhole. She'll play it out right-hand side. Reagan Duran. Duran turns it over, looking for Samuelson, who is posting up high. Now it's stealing back the other way. Duran's going to poke it out of bounds and give her teammates a chance to catch up. Good play there, stopping the break by Reagan Duran. And that'll quickly get Reese Heinrich up off the bench. She will bring with her Sutton Douglas.
And we talk about that all the time. You can't let one error compound into 2 errors right there. And right there we saw a clumsy pass from Duran, but she busts her backside on the back. She gets back defensively, creates, a dead ball situation for Southeast to get back into.
This ball goes way up high, goes into the backcourt. Nobody touched it, nobody had possession. Addie Lee, very smart, just going to let it roll, and then she'll get it and bring it back to a possession. Running offense now, Sacred Heart. 25-22, Southeast of Saline. We go inside 3 minutes left to go third quarter, and a traveling violation will be issued. Give credit to the defense of Abba Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson, just good positioning right there. There was nowhere for Mia Hamilton to go right there, shuffle the feet a little bit. That's good defense, good call from the officials.
Southeast of Saline has the offensive possession back. 2:45 left to go here, third period. Heinrich back in the game. Looks at Addison Rohr. Now she turns her off, comes back left-hand side. Beautiful skip pass from Douglas to Pearson, who drains the 3. Give the bucket to Abba Pearson, but give the assist on that beautiful skip pass to Sutton Douglas.
And we talked about Pearson falling in love with a 3, but that's not falling in love with one. That's one that's in the flow of the offense. That skip pass just set her up perfectly. That's a big finish from the junior.
28-22, Southeast of Saline. 2:17 left to go here in the third. Here's a spin move inside, and a shot put up by Addie Lee. And that is her first basket of the game, and it prompts a full timeout from the Sacred Heart bench. 2:11 left to play here in the third. It's a 4-point game. Southeast of Saline leads it 28-24 from the Equity Bank broadcast booth. This is Lady Trojan Basketball.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back at Sacred Heart High School. Southeast of Saline leads it by 4. 2 minutes left to go in the third. Addison Rohr, elbow jumper, up no good. Trying to get her own rebound, but there's 3 white jerseys there, making a shelter. They're going to get the rebound and back the other way come the Lady Knights. There's a baseline drive and a step back. Shot blocked by Samuelson. Skylar Douglas thought she had enough space, but Kaya Samuelson said no way. Samuelson now on the right wing on offense. Dribbles into the paint. 15-footer rattles off no good. That looked like another good shot by Kaya.
Yeah, just in the flow of transition, she'll take that shot nonstop if you're Southeast. It's a great shot.
Two young teams doing battle here at Sacred Heart High on a Monday. 1:19 left to go in the third. Southeast of Saline leads it by 4. 28-24 in this low-scoring affair. Douglas on the left wing. Now they swing it around. Ends up to Nicole Richards. Now to Hamilton. Big bounce pass inside and kind of a left hook by Eden Sharpton. They're going to call a foul here on Southeast of Saline. That'll put Sharpton at the free throw line.
Yeah, Sharpton only a sophomore as well. She's done a great job down there in the post. She's just kind of working back and forth. And, we talk about these lefties all the time. Those lefties kind of create a little bit of problems because you just forget they're left-handed every once in a while. And Sharpton went up there strong. Foul call on Douglas.
First free throw is on its way off the heel, no good. That foul on Douglas will be her second. It's also the third team foul. Each team now with 3 fouls as they still have 1 left to give with 1 minute left to go here in the third. Sharpton receives the basketball, ready to tee up the second one here. That one, just like the first, too strong. They're also going to call Sharpton over the free throw line before the ball reaches the goal. So Southeast of Saline will take it back here. Still leading by 4 as we go inside minute left to play here in the third. It is Rohr, it is Viales, it is Pearson. It is also Samuelson and Heinrich on the floor for Southeast. Pearson has it top of the circle. She'll fling it to the right. Samuelson, Kaya trying to go to work. She puts the shot up, it's deflected out of bounds, and it will stay here with Southeast of Saline.
As Kaya progresses, that's the shot she needs to continue to take. Right there, just deflected off Sacred Heart, but you want to see that 15-footer. That she's got such a nice stroke. Coach Sean Smith didn't like it. I didn't mind it. That's a shot. You want to get in that sweet spot. I enjoyed it.
Heinrich now has it. She speeds back top of the circle behind the arc to Pearson. Pearson got caught between 2 defenders, is able to bounce it out to Samuelson. Now Rohr out to Viales. Viales, a little triple threat position. She drives baseline, got herself in a trap along the out-of-bounds line and throws it away.
And right there, when you get that 4 and 1 out, sometimes you might have too many post players playing on the perimeter right there. Viales isn't as comfortable there as she is down on the block. Good defense from Sacred Heart. It's an unfortunate turnover for Southeast.
Sometimes with the younger players, you wish you could light the floor up in segments, right? What's a danger area? What's a productive area? What's an area you want to stay out of? It's things that you learn as you play.
And then you want to throw in their time, you want to throw in everything else. Now we have 5 seconds left in the third quarter.
Sacred Heart trying to get the last points. Here's a drive and a shot put up. It's going to be deflected and a put back up and out of there. It did not go down by Sacred Heart. And Southeast of Saline will take a 4-point lead into the fourth quarter. We are at that point, 28-24. Southeast of Saline back with more Lady Trojan basketball. Not only on KINA, but live stream video on SalinaPost.com, presented by Salina Ortho.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers, Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Gwinnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Gwinnell.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
The Equity Bank. That time Pearson, bull horns. She took them both. Went to the rim on the right-hand side, was able to get fouled, and sinks the first free throw. Second one on the way, got that one as well. Abba Pearson, 3 of 4 from the line here so far this evening. That foul on Addie Lee, by the way, her second personal. 7:37 left to go. Sacred Heart now with their first possession of the fourth quarter. They trail by 6. That's been the biggest lead for Southeast here in this second half. Here's a shot put up down low by Patterson. It comes off the rim errant. Addison Rohr there to rebound for Southeast.
Yeah, it looked like Patterson shoved her feet, but that's a shot that you don't mind Sacred Heart taking them. There's good defense played on Patterson. Patterson hasn't scored much tonight. It's a shot you're okay here taking.
Abba with a big triple threat move that time. Shuffled her feet, said the official, before she was able to put the ball on the court. And that's a turnover now for Southeast. (30 to 24). Southeast of Saline protecting a 6-point lead here in the fourth quarter. 7:03 left to go. Here's Bethany Campus slicing through a defender. Ball on the court in the lane. It's going to be a jump ball situation. It'll stay here with Sacred Heart as they will have it underneath their own basket.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Southeast because it looked like at one point it was Douglas and Rohr battling for the loose ball, and all of a sudden you saw a Sacred Heart hand come in there. They did a great job hustling as well, but just unfortunate. Just when you got to say team, make sure you're on the same team. Let one of the Southeast players just rip the ball away.
Sacred Heart sets inbounds. They do so. Couple of quick passes up with Douglas, who comes across, floating to her left. Skylar Douglas drains the jumper. First points of the fourth for Sacred Heart. 9 points now for Nicole Richards.
For Douglas.
Douglas.
Yeah, so smooth right there. She does a great job just getting to the bucket.
Now a foul will be called as Sutton Douglas was coming through. Addie Lee made the decision to stand on the railroad tracks. Douglas collided into her and drew the foul. Foul on the floor. That is the third foul now on Addie Lee. She's gotten 2 quick ones here. That puts her in a little bit of jeopardy. Yeah, Lee just got caught in an awkward spot right there. And, when we see Douglas get that full head of steam right there, just a great job. I love the aggressiveness from the junior Sutton Douglas. Reese Heinrich sets inbounds. Looking for somebody. She throws an interception. Samuelson tried to save it, but Sacred Heart takes it away. Turnover for Southeast of Saline. Their second one of the fourth. Now a foul will be called on the floor against Southeast on defense. It's either Pearson or Samuelson, I believe. Let's see who gets it here. Samuelson.
Yeah, and you're seeing right there, that Skylar Douglas starting to play with just this little extra bounce in her step right there. It's a great job. She knew that she didn't have a lot of help with her. She created that foul right there. Just great athleticism from the junior Skylar Douglas. Richards struggling to get it in bounds. He gets it to Douglas, and now a quick foul on Abba Pearson. That'll be her second. So there are currently 5 different Southeast of Saline players with 2 fouls. Great news is, though, nobody has 3, 4, or 5. Yeah, and we saw that the other night against Smoky Valley. You got to keep people safe, and that's the big thing with this team. Here's a jumper off the inbounds. It's up and no good, and a foul on the rebound. Addison Rohr had a Sacred Heart hand over her left shoulder, and we'll go the other way with it as Southeast of Saline will get the possession here, leading by 4. Well, as that foul's called on Peterson, I think that right there Sutton Douglas got away with one. She didn't give Skylar Douglas a lot of room to land on that jumper from the baseline. Douglas goes flying. Sutton Douglas, being the sportsmanship person she is going to help her up. You're like, no, if she's on the ground, get going, Sutton. But Sutton, that's one thing about some of these girls. You want some nasty in them. They're nasty when time comes, and they're really good sports at other times. Reagan Duran gets caught. Actually, I think that's Samuelson. Nope, Addison Rohr. No, it was Samuelson over there. Addison Rohr came diving in as Southeast of Saline had it tied up over there in the corner. A little quick trap there by Sacred Heart defensively. And now Reagan Duran will come in for Kaya Samuelson. And right now, here's where you just want to settle Kaya down. All right, give Kaya a minute or two just to kind of relax before the home stretch. Three-pointer by Duran in the corner. That won't go. Here comes a speeding Hamilton back the other way, and she's going to be fouled from behind. Mia Hamilton speeding down the floor, caught from behind. Foul will go against
Reese Heinrich.
Tell you what, I'm really impressed with Mia Hamilton's speed right there with the basketball. If you have Heinrich and Duran chasing you, that's not a foot race you're normally going to win. And we saw right there Hamilton did a good job with the basketball as she sprints ahead and gets up and gets fouled in the shot as she makes her first free throw.
Hamilton from the line so far in this game, 2 of 3. She made the first one here on this trip. Second free throw on the way will also find a home. She has 8 points off the bench for Sacred Heart. 30-28. It's the closest the Sacred Heart has been since the first half. Southeast of Saline in a little bit of a drought here, and now a foul will be called on Sacred Heart. We're going to spend a good portion of this fourth quarter, more than likely, shooting free throws. If not one, both ends. That's the 4th foul now on Sacred Heart as Ellie Campa gets her second personal foul. They are at the limit. Still 5:50. Just under 6 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Lob pass up to the keyhole. Sutton Douglas has it. Now to Rohr. Heinrich wants to pull the trigger from 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Durant had a chance at the rebound, but it glances off her right arm, and it goes back into the hands of Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart trailing by 2. 5:35 left to go here in this game. On the baseline, Richards has it. Now she plays it into the paint. Big step through from Ellie Campa. Ball on the floor. Heinrich gets down after it and then flips it up to Abba Pearson.
Hey, we mentioned this Thursday night against Smoky Valley. That's just a dog move right there from Heinrich. Just a great job getting on the floor, not worrying about. She got fouled. There was no foul call. Didn't care. Went after and got the basketball. Great play from the freshman.
Reese might have passed up a layup here in transition, but I get it. It'll be awfully quick if she would have taken that. Now Pearson lost the basketball, and it goes out of bounds off of Southeast of Saline. And Sacred Heart basketball.
Yeah, look right there. Skylar Douglas had a wide open breakaway. It looked like Douglas came across her body. I think Douglas was extremely fortunate. Duran, extremely fortunate not to get called for that foul on Douglas.
5:03 left to go. 30-28. Sacred Heart has been a menace to Southeast of Saline here in this game. They just will not go away. And now we have a game with under 5 minutes left to go. Here's a drive, getting inside. Shot put up by Addie Lee is no good. She is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. 2 points for Addie Lee so far on the season. She averages just a little over 14 points a game.
And I thought Lee did a great job just using her pace right there, right? She kind of rocked Southeast asleep, went fast, went slow, and then went fast again to get herself to the free throw line.
Foul on Sutton Douglas is her 3rd as she becomes the first Southeast of Saline player with 3 fouls. Kaya Samuelson will replace Reagan Durant.
And Samuelson had about a minute 18 to kind of sit on the bench, regroup herself, because we know she's going to be strong. If this is going to go Southeast way, we need Kaya Samuelson to do everything that she can do.
Lee missed the first free throw. She gets the second one. This becomes now a 1-point game. 29-30. Sacred Heart looking up, trailing by 1. Heinrich has it. Dribbles through a double team. Now goes to Kaya Samuelson. Over to the right-hand side, Pearson. Little give and go. They get it back to Kaya. She goes up and scores! The up and under move. Samuelson went the wrong way. She went away from the basket, back to the middle of the paint, and it scores. Just got enough of the backboard, Tyler, to carry them in, and she was also fouled.
And this is the first time we've seen Sacred Heart press. And again, I understand. You want to press these young, these freshman, sophomore perimeter players of Southeast, but I think they want that, right? Like they want that. They want that pressure on them. You saw Kaya just calmly bring the basketball up. A couple passes. Kaya continues to follow the ball. Nice catch. Better finish.
And the three-point play is completed. Kaya Samuelson now with 11 points. Those are the first points for her in this fourth quarter. Also the first field goal for Southeast of Saline in this fourth quarter as Samuelson puts the Southeast lead back to 4. Three-pointer missed by Sacred Heart. Abba Pearson grabs the rebound for Southeast. 4:10 left to play here in this one.
This is shaping up to be just exactly what we expected. This is fantastic basketball by both teams.
Samuelson with it middle of the floor, rocks it to the right, now dribbles back to the left, being reached around and now tied up, and the arrow in favor of Sacred Heart. Samuelson just needed to get a wider base that time, get those elbows out to protect that, and a turnover here from Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, Devin, you're exactly right. We talked about chin in the basketball. We're talking to younger players right there, and she just left the ball too low. Nicole Richards did a great job getting her hand on the basketball and creating that turnover for Sacred Heart.
3:50 left to go here, fourth quarter. Sacred Heart with the basketball. Southeast of Saline leads up by 4. Here's Reagan Durant creating a turnover. She dipped in and took it away.
And that's exactly what Reagan Duran does. We saw that on Thursday night against Smoky Valley. She's a menace defensively as Douglas tried to cross over from the left side to the right side.
Addie Lee just collected her 4th foul. She poked the ball away from Kaya Samuelson. The ball continued to bounce down the floor, but it didn't go out of bounds. Kaya dipped down, picked it back up. Addie Lee was diving for it and collected her 4th foul. So Samuelson also fouled in that sequence. Will go to the free throw line for 2. Makes the first.
And Devin, you called it. This game's going to come down to the free throw line. And that's something that has been okay for Southeast so far this season. We talked about, a 4-2 record coming into this basketball game. Sometimes you look at that, hitting charity stripe shots is huge as Kaya bangs that second one in.
Well, remember in that nip and tuck game against Smoky Valley on Thursday, Southeast of Saline was 12 of 16 from the free throw line in the 4th quarter and overtime. They have experience putting it away at the line. Still a long way to go here in this one. Sacred Heart misses a long-distance shot. Southeast of Saline back up by 6, 35-29. Oh. And Sutton Douglas with a skip pass. We saw success with that earlier as she was able to get Abba Pearson into a 3, but this one goes out of bounds.
And Douglas did such a good job grabbing a big defensive rebound on the other side and just got a little bit sped up offensively here. Just play with composure, play with the 6-point lead. Just understand how valuable that basketball is and each possession is.
Nearing the 3-minute mark, 35-29. Here's a ball deflected by Reese Heinrich, taken away by Samuelson. Kaya looks at her coach, goes to the basket, scores the basket. A glance at Shauna Smith on her way to the hole, and she puts it up on the left-hand side off the window and draws the foul.
And Devin, that's one of those things, right? Like, that's something a freshman doesn't understand. She's hearing her coach tell her to slow things down, but that's a ball right there. Reese Heinrich does a great job deflecting the basketball to create that turnover. Samuelson, your strength is your speed, your physicality. You go when you have the green light, when you have an open court in front of you. Kaya all of a sudden just decided to put the pedal to the metal, gets herself 2 shots and a free throw.
Missed the free throw, but a rebound here by Abba Pearson. Southeast of Saline has built this lead now to 8, and they are in control with 2:47 left to go. Reagan Duran looks at the baseline. Now she comes back out. Pearson has it now. See how much time Southeast can miss. Here's Duran from 3. Reagan Duran said, shut your mouth, Tyler Smith.
Yes, she did.
I got this 3-pointer.
She did that Thursday night as well. What an ill-advised shot. Unless it goes in, that's a dagger from Reagan Duran.
The 11-point lead, the biggest of the game for Southeast of Saline. Now a shot put up by Sacred Heart. Sutton Douglas there to grab the air ball. 2:16 left to go. Pearson in the backcourt. Boy, Addie Lee reaching in, flirting with her 5th foul. It's not called, and Pearson now setting offense. Abba in trouble. Here's Reese to help her out. Heinrich now with the basketball. She'll go to the right to Samuelson. Samuelson has had the hot hand here in the 4th. She has scored 7 points here in this 4th period. And a timeout coming for Southeast of Saline. Maybe, 1:56 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We will quickly step away. Southeast of Saline by 11 here on KINA.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team, just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Back here to Southeast of Saline Basketball, playing Sacred Heart, presented by Salina Ortho, 40-29. Southeast of Saline behind Kaya Samuelson and Reagan Duran offensively. And really great team defense and rebounding included in that defense here for Southeast of Saline down the stretch. But they still have a ways to go to close it out, as Southeast of Saline now having to deal with a trapping Sacred Heart defense, and they turn it over. Pearson looking for Samuelson. Samuelson was coming to help Pearson, and they lost the basketball.
When I thought that initial sideline inbounds play was to the wrong spot. You want to get that ball out here to the perimeter. You don't want that ball in the corner. Kaya didn't have anywhere to go with the basketball. You saw Reese Heinrich right there to celebrate. Just settle down. Like, just play defense, settle down. We don't have to panic. We don't have to look to score. We just have to secure the basketball.
When a team is in desperation mode, so to speak, or just being ultra aggressive and they're going for traps, That's when you want to use that whole floor, right? Oh. Here's a spin move and a shot that is up and good by Skylar Douglas. What a beautiful shot that was. And Carl Hines asking if he has a 30-second timeout remaining. And he does. 1:27 left to go here. We will keep it right here. Southeast of Saline's Booster Club helps bring you live coverage to showcase exceptional student activities and build that purple power. It is always a great day to be a Trojan. And at home or on the road, if you spot the logo from Sage, you know that you're in good company. From ceiling to floor, from wall to wall, paper towel holders, soaps, whatever else you see, it has Sage products on it. You can get those same products for your home or office, sageselects.com, or just go by the office here in Salina. Proud supporters of Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart, student athletes at Sage Products. 40-31, our score here, 1:27 left to go. As Sacred Heart has scored, made it a 9-point game. Now Southeast of Saline will get some work here against a full-court press.
And Devin, taking these next steps to be where Southeast wants to be, you have to handle these 9-point games, right? Like, you have to figure out a way to either secure the basketball or drive the nail in. Either way you do it, you have to secure the basketball, and this is great opportunity for these young perimeter players of Southeast. You see a foul right there called on Mia Hamilton as Heinrich did a good job just securing the basketball. And after Thursday night's game, Heinrich didn't have her best night shooting from the free throw line. I don't think there's anybody more excited to be shooting these free throws than Reese Heinrich.
Reese still 68% from the line on the season. And that foul on Hamilton is her third. 1:16 left to go. Reese Heinrich's free throw is up and it rips the cords. 7 points. Remember, she hit 2 3-pointers back in the second quarter. Second free throw on the way.
Let's go.
Just like the first. Boy, when she is dialed in, it barely touches the net going through.
Yeah, I think she's always dialed in. I think the other night, it's one of those anomalies. She's going to go down as a very good career free throw shooter here at Southeast. She's going to have a lot of opportunities. I think Thursday night was just an odd night.
Reagan Duran nearly getting another turnover out of Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart, though, able to save it. Now they have to force a shot up. That is no good. Rebound slapped around. Samuelson has it now. Goes up over her shoulder. She goes right to Pearson, who was always there. The security blanket of Emma Pearson. Now a cross-court pass to Heinrich, who stands, holds. Now back to Pearson. Pearson will go back to the middle of the floor. Dish it off to Samuelson. Kaya is fouled, and that is it for Addie Lee. Lee has just fouled out with her 5th foul. She will go to the bench and complete her night with 3 points, and I think that says a lot about the Southeast defense.
100%. It was Heinrich on her a lot of the night. We've seen this zone, but the way the Sacred Heart offense sets up, a lot of times it was Heinrich, it was Samuelson. Just a great job to keep Addie Lee to only to 3 points.
Kaya's first free throw bounces out no good after hitting her first 3 free throws of the fourth quarter. She has now missed 2 in a row. Chance to get back on the horse here, so to speak. Free throw is up, and it's good. Addison Rohr will check in. Sutton Douglas will come out. It is a 12-point advantage now for Southeast of Saline, their largest lead. 38 seconds left to go, and it looks like Southeast of Saline may be winners of their last 5 out of 6. Here's a baseline jumper. Air ball. Pearson with it. Now to Heinrich. Heinrich looking to the right. Samuelson. Clock down to 21. Reagan Duran. Duran not even looking at the basket. Now to Pearson. Pearson ball on her right hip. Clock down to 14. Southeast of Saline content. Sacred Heart the same. 43-31. Southeast will just dribble it out. Reese Heinrich looking at the clock, looking at the official, says thank you, Mr. Official, and that is it. A big fist pump from Shauna Smith as Southeast of Saline wins here on the road. The Lady Trojans move their record to 5-2. They remain undefeated in league play, now a perfect 3-0. And that says a big step for for Southeast of Saline as they continue to linger. Now they are tied with Minneapolis, both 3-0, Tyler, in league play.
Yeah, just a huge win. Anytime you go on the road winning this league, there's a couple teams in this league that make it not as strong as you'd like, but there's 4 or 5 teams in this league. If you can go into their gym, and let's call it an awkward night. It's a rescheduled game. It's a Monday night. It's a non-traditional, high school basketball night. If you can go into somebody else's gym and walk away with a 12-point win. That's huge, and that wasn't an easy 12-point win. This Sacred Heart team fought their tails off. Carl Hines has a young team that's just going to continue to get better. I don't want to say I'm excited to watch this matchup again at Southeast because you know this team's only going to get better. But what a win for Shauna Smith and her Lady Trojans tonight.
7 of 9 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. We talked about how quickly that bonus was disappearing, and Southeast of Saline did what they had to do. They were 7 of 9 in the fourth quarter, 11 of 16 from the free throw line in the game. We have more stats for you when we come back. We'll enter the postgame show. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers, and it comes to you after a Lady Trojan victory. Southeast of Saline wins it 43-31 right here on KINA.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Casasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
You're telling me your driver can turn you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Farmers, now is the time to start planning for spring. Phillips Seed is ready to help you choose the best seed genetics for your operation. From top-performing corn hybrids to high-yield soybean varieties and advanced seed treatments, we'll get your crops off to a strong start. Find us online at phillipsseed.com, on Facebook, or on X. Call us today at 785-949-2204. That's 785-949-2904. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
Trojan fans, it takes fuel to win the day. When you're following our team to show that purple pride, fill your tank with gas and diesel as you're coming or going at our 24/7 pumps. And be sure to stop to get the energy you need with a hot cup of New England coffee or cocoa, or grab a slice of your favorite Hunt Brothers pizza and snacks. Assyria Oil and Hardware is proud to support the Southeast of Saline community. Located at the corner of Center and Main in Assyria, we'll fill you up.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Postgame from Salina's Sacred Heart High School, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. The Lady Trojan victory in game number 1, the girls contest 43-31. Southeast of Saline gets the victory here in this one. And a new career high for Kaya Samuelson, who leads all scorers tonight. 16 points for her, 8 points in that fourth quarter. Samuelson's previous career high before tonight was a 14-point game against Beloit back in 2024's portion of this season. So the freshman continues to build, and she had 3 different Lady Trojans along with her who all scored 8 points in this game, led by Reese Heinrich, Reagan Duran, and Abba Pearson. Also in the scoring column, Sutton Douglas had 2 points. Addison Rohr hit a free throw in the third quarter. For Sacred Heart's Lady Knights, just one player in double digits. That was Skylar Douglas with 11. 8 points for Mia Hamilton, 6 for Nicole Richards, 3 for Addie Lee, and 3 for Bethany Campa. Southeast of Saline, as I said before the break, 7 of 9 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. For the game, they were 11 out of 16. Sacred Heart at 50%, 6 out of 12 for the game. Southeast did have more turnovers than what Sacred Heart had by 3 unofficially, 16-13 on the turnover front. Southeast of Saline with 16 turnovers. That's a little bit higher than what their season average is. They're at 15.2 on the season. They had 16 tonight, but that didn't seem to deter them as they kind of entered that high-paced type of basketball when Sacred Heart was taking quick shots. The most important thing for Southeast of Saline, other than scoring, was they were getting rebounds, not giving Sacred Heart a chance to get a second opportunity, and they put it away tonight, Tyler, 43-31.
Devin, I thought Sutton Douglas was super impressive tonight. Only comes away with 2 points. You're going to look at the scoring, and you're going to think one thing or another. But what Douglas and Vialis did, just grabbing huge rebounds the entire game, not giving Sacred Heart second chance opportunities. And then, we saw a couple panic moments where it was the juniors, Old Steady, it was Abigail Pearson, the basketball went to, she just kind of settled everything down. That's one thing we're starting to learn with Samuelson and Heinrich and Duran. They want to go at all times. Sometimes they just don't have that wherewithal. They don't have they don't have that experience understanding when to slow things down, when to speed things up. That's when ABBA plays a huge part. It's so nice to have somebody that can pound the ball down low, but that can also bring the basketball up and just slow things down when you need that. But I thought just another great team performance, and like you said, the team defense tonight was fantastic. Anytime, let's give Skylar Douglas, let's give her flowers. Great job with 11 points, but you hold Addie Lee and Skylar Douglas to a combined 14 points. That's a great job from all defenders from Southeast Saline to keep those two absolute just dynamic scorers to a combined 14 points.
And let's go back to the maturation of Kaya Samuelson, right? She's coming down the floor. She throws a pass out of bounds, turns it over, and then from that point, it was like, boom, switch, engage. Now I'm going the other way. Nothing but positive from here on out. And she played sensational after that turnover.
Yeah, you're exactly right. She came out of the game. They brought in Reagan Duran, and that's a time that you could have easily just hung your head, right? If you're a freshman, if you're any player, it doesn't matter, what grade you're in. And then we knew how important she'd be in the last 4 minutes, and that's when she really shined. Had a big tip away, had a big steal, had so many big baskets in those final 4 minutes. You don't win this basketball game, and I think that's sometimes great with these freshmen, right? Their memory is like a goldfish. They don't remember the last thing they did. They just go in there and they keep going. Just a great job from all the Trojans, but led by Samuelson in that fourth quarter.
Kaya Samuelson tonight. The freshmen are Vernon Jewelers' gem of the game. 16 points, a new career high for her. 8 of them in the fourth quarter. Valentine's Day is closer to what you might think, and it's coming up right after the Super Bowl. You can have gifts under $100 at Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. They've been doing it for 141 years. They're not old. They're just really good at what they do. Look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe in downtown Salina. That'll do it for Lady Trojans' victory and wraps up the Commercial Tire Center's postgame show. 43-31. Kaya Samuelson leads all scorers with 16 points, a new career high for her. Southeast of Saline goes to 5-2 on the season, 3-0 in league play. Sacred Heart 3-5 now on the season. They are 1-2 in the NCAA. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll turn the corner, get you ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. It is the guys' turn next. When we come back, it's Trojan Basketball here on KINA.
Happy New Year to you and your family from Vernon Jewelers. 2025 is the start to our 141st year in business. Looking back, we have had the pleasure of serving a lot of special people and making great memories. Even better, we look forward to seeing our current customers as well as many new faces in the new year. Remember, we're not old, we're just really good at what we do. Look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe in downtown Salina. Vernon Jewelers, where it's little things that matter since 1884.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
When crop and weather conditions are just right, you need to bale as much as you can, as fast as you can, all while putting up the highest quality product possible. Case IH round balers have the reputation as the hardest working balers in the business to consistently build dense bales with square shoulders that don't sag. No matter the crop or field condition, bale more with Case IH round balers. With easier maintenance and serviceability, you'll spend more time where it counts. In the field, baling hay. Ready to build a better bale? Contact Can Equip in Solomon.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back here to Sacred Heart High School as we get ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. Southeast of Saline now has the table set as they try to give Sacred Heart their first loss of the season. Welcome back, Devin Haney, along with Tyler Smith. The table is set for a Southeast of Saline sweep after a Lady Trojan victory just happened. Shauna Smith's squad now winners 5 of their last 6. Now we take on this boys contest. Sacred Heart so far, they are unblemished. They are 7-0. Overall, they are 2-0 in league play. Southeast of Saline, they come in 2-4, but they're 2-1 in league play. And they are also winners of their last 2 in a row after starting out 0-4. Starting lineups coming up here. Let's go over those. They're brought to you by Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. You can have the walk-in clinic 2 days a week with Dr. Andrew Westbrook. Anything that might be ailing you, You can go to his walk-in clinic Mondays and Thursdays at Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Let's go over Sacred Heart first. The undefeated Sacred Heart Knights under the direction of Brian Gormley. He is assisted by John Darrow this season, the former head coach of Minneapolis. Also Braden Dameron, the assistant coach as well. We'll go Carson Lehman in the starting lineup for Sacred Hearts Knights, along with Luke Coland. Coland averaging 4.5 points a game. He is a junior. Will Tuttle is the leading scorer on the Sacred Heart team. Tuttle is averaging 22.5 points a game. He's also grabbing 6.5 rebounds. He is the leader in both categories for the Knights, and he is the lone returning starter from a year ago. Noah Hines is a sophomore, averaging 12.1 points a game. And Maddox Wells leads the team in assists at 4 assists a game. The sophomore also scores 8.5 points a contest for the Sacred Heart Knights. For the Southeast of Saline Trojans, under the direction of first-year head coach Francis Flax, they will start Gannon Jacobson, a 6'1 junior who leads the team in scoring by a narrow margin. He also leads the team in rebounding, assists, and steals. 17.5 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists. He's also grabbed a baker's dozen basket of steals so far in this season. Owen Bailey right there with him at 17 points a game. The 6'1 senior also gets 3 rebounds and 2 assists a contest. 6'1 senior Sam Knopf, 4.5 points a game, also 3 rebounds and an assist and a half. Along with Adam Teal, the 6'1 junior, 5 points, a rebound and a half, and an assist and a half per contest. And Grady Gebhardt, the 5'8 junior, hit a couple of threes against Smoky Valley on Thursday in the victory for Southeast of Saline. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists a game for Grady Gebhardt, under the direction of Francis Flax, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Southeast of Saline comes out wearing purple, Sacred Heart of their home whites. Tyler Smith, your New Image Audio, keys to success for Southeast of Saline to slay the undefeated Sacred Heart Knights.
Devin, we've talked about the Southeast record, only 2-4, but we started to see this team gel a lot more after Christmas. We talked about how much needed that Christmas break was for them. You know, it finally got Coach Flax in the gym with his entire team, able to get some stuff together. We've seen a shuffling of the starting lineup. It's now, how do you build, right? This is probably one of the best road environments, all right? It pales in comparison to the Purple Palace, but for the road, it's fun to watch. It's fun to see how this Southeast team will handle the pressure on the road.
Southeast wins the tip, the ball in the hands of Gannon Jacobson. These two teams both went to the state tournament. Sacred Heart in Class 2A, Southeast of Saline in 3A 1 year ago, but they are drastically different. Not only a coaching change on the Southeast of Saline side, but just 3 returning starters on both teams combined coming into this game from those 2 state qualifiers a year ago. Southeast of Saline working it around here on offense. They bobble the basketball. Jacobson had it poked away. Now he gets it back, takes a stutter step, trying to get to the rim on the right-hand side, and that ball knocked away by the Knights. It will stay with Southeast of Saline and a chance to run some baseline offense.
And Devin, no surprise, Sacred Heart, any Sacred Heart team coached by Brian Gorman is going to come out and play hardcore man-to-man defense as they're doing right now. They're going to make every single offensive opportunity for Southeast difficult.
Southeast off the inbounds. Not a good look initially. Now Jacobson will pull the trigger from 3. That one off the rim, and it goes over the rim on the opposite side. Weak side rebound taken in there by Sacred Heart. Alan Morales with it. Oh, excuse me, that is actually Noah Hines. I apologize. Here's a 3 by Sacred Heart, and Will Tuttle, the leading scorer, gets the first basket of the game. Sacred Heart leads it by 3.
Well, Tuttle's a big that can bag you down low in the paint, but such a sweet stroke with the left hand right there from about 22 feet. Nice finish from Will Tuttle.
Sam Knopf at it momentarily. Now he'll play it through Adam Teal. Now Grady Gebhardt. Off to Owen Bailey. Top of the key 3 for Bailey. That's no good. 2 3-pointers and 2 misses for Southeast here early on. Back the other way. Here comes Hines. Handling the basketball. He'll go from left to right. Now he'll do a little shovel pass here to Maddox Wells. Inside the paint. Wells trying to get it to go. That will not. Now out to Luke Owen. Here's a shot right-hand side from Hines. That won't go down. Owen Bailey with the defensive board for Southeast of Saline. Sacred Heart leads 3-0. Here's Jacobson getting in the paint. And a shot over his shoulder. And a look right there. I don't care what happens the rest of the game. That is more than likely our Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. Gannon Jacobson for 2.
0 angle. Used the wrong hand. Just put the finesse. Nothing should surprise us anymore with what we see Gannon do, whether it's on the football field or the basketball court. But holy moly, that was impressive.
Hines with the basketball now, 3-2. Sacred Heart leading by 1. About 2 minutes into this game. Hines with a big leg kick. Now he wants to drive, a little half-hearted drive, not full speed, to the left-hand side. Ends up on the right wing. Now Sacred Heart will play it out for a three-pointer. That is up and good from Luke Colin.
And Devin, you set it off there before this game started. You're going to see Sacred Heart drive, and they're going to dish. They're going to shoot a lot of threes. So far, we've seen 2 threes taken by them. Neither one has hit in the rim. Just great shots from Sacred Heart.
4-point lead by the Knights here, trying to protect their home floor against their rivals from Gypsum. Here's Gannon Jacobson. Spin move. Got to the rim on the left-hand side. Cannot complete the basket. Colin back the other way. They'll spin it now to the left. A guarded three. Off the back iron, no good. Owen Bailey was there to contest it and then comes hustling back in to get the rebound for Southeast.
And you see right there, Wells just got the shot. If there's any daylight, the Sacred Heart team is going to take the shot. You see Wells put up the three there.
Boy, Owen Bailey down Broadway. He puts a shot up, might have got bumped or fouled, and that one comes off no good. A couple of point-blank misses there, and now a foul back the other way as Colin is fouled. This one, I believe, will go against Adam Teal underneath the basket.
Yeah, it looked like Teal just might have got caught. I know there's no, we don't have the paint that college basketball and the NBA has. Just got caught too deep. That's not why he's called for the foul. He just was a little bit too late getting his position. As you see right there, Colin does a good job driving to the basket. Fouls on Teal.
Luke Colin's first free throw of the game, is up and good. Second one also rimming in.
And you're going to see the officials let them play. Like, unless it's egregious, they know these are 2 physical man-to-man defenses that are going to get after it. They're going to force, every dribble, every ball handler is going to have a tough time with it. As you see Teal miss the three, like every shot will be contested tonight.
Yeah, not a lot of margin for error against this Sacred Heart team. They just continue to have consistent pressure on you, and you don't really have the liberty to mess up a whole lot, as they will get you out of a game in a long time. Here's a miss by the Knights. Southeast back the other way. Jacobson inside, dishes out to Knopf. Sam's three will not go down. Jacobson had the rebound offensively, went back to score, and it was poked away from behind. Here comes Sacred Heart back now. A step into a three. That looked like a traveling violation to me. And Sacred Heart misses a three, and they're going to save it off of Owen Bailey out of bounds. Francis Flax is not happy on multiple levels, one on his offensive end, and 2 plays here defensively for Southeast that were both.
And Devin, we couldn't see from the angle right there, but what a great job from Wells going up to get the defensive rebound and throwing it off of a Southeast Saline rebounder as well. Just a heady play by Wells.
Hines inside. He'll play it out now. Don Matucci is into the game. Matucci is a sophomore. Comes off the bench, averages 6 points a game. Now a foul will be called here on Southeast of Saline. They'll give Francis Flax some more of a chance to get to know these officials. And I get where he's at. There was 3 plays kind of bang, bang, bang all over this floor that were all very questionable.
Yeah, and it's one thing to be physical, but it's one thing is we see some of these awkward plays where, like, you wonder how the basketball gets loose or what happens, and that's exactly what Coach Flax is talking about.
Well, probably my biggest dispute would be passing the ball to a player and then him taking 2 steps forward almost as if running into a three.
It's funny, 20 years ago, it's always called a travel. These days, you see Bailey, huge block in the back. But as the game's progressed, you're starting to see players get more and more away at those steps, gathering. Yeah. That gather step is becoming more and more common in the modern game.
Lehman blocked it down low by Bailey from behind. Now they try to get it in. It's going to be stolen away by Jacobson. First turnover of the game here by Sacred Heart. Jacobson all the way to the paint, gets a hard bump, and bodies go colliding as Gannon Jacobson should have a trip here to the free throw line.
I think they're going to say it's on the floor.
Yeah.
But you saw right there, that's like a zone read, right? He saw that there was no linebacker. There it goes. It's almost like Wells with the free safety. Saw Jacobson just lower the shoulder, knew there'd be contact, goes up strong, draws the foul. They're going to call that on the floor.
Maddox Wells guilty of the foul. That is Sacred Heart's first team foul. Jacobson and Gebhardt will both come out. Tiernan Potocik is into the game for Southeast of Saline along with Isaiah Kerr. Potocik will inbound. Looking for a bounce pass. He gets it into Teal. Teal out now to Kerr for a three. That won't go down. Just a little short, but Potocik gets the rebound. Tiernan along the baseline. Plays it out, sets up the defender, now goes back at it. Loses his dribble in trouble. Back out to Kerr. 8-2. Sacred Heart leading by a half a dozen. Ball in the hands of Owen Bailey. Big bounce pass to the left-hand side of the floor, back to Potocik. Tiernan's runner is up. He is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. 2 team fouls for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, as that foul right there is called on Colin, it was just a great job from Patachi. Just that little ball fake that shows that left side, the lefty right there, floats in the air, draws the contact, gets himself to the free throw line for 2.
Tiernan has come off the bench here in his sophomore season, averaged nearly 5 points a game, also a rebound and a half. Caden Perry into the game here for Southeast of Saline. As Patochik makes both his free throws. 2 of 2 from the free throw line for Southeast of Saline in the early going. They have came back to within 4 here in this game. Sacred Heart on the break. Ends up with a layup. Colin on the right-hand side as he is off to a hot start with 6.
Yeah, Colin did a great job right there. There was defenders flying at him. He just went to the bucket strong. It's a good finish from Colin.
10-4, Sacred Heart leading. 2:45 left to go here. We're still in the first quarter. Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart brought to you by Salina Ortho. Here's a long-distance shot by Bailey, top of the circle. Patochik trying to run it down out of bounds, and it will be going back over to Sacred Heart.
Come down here.
Yeah. Each team with 1 turnover here in the early going. Gannon Jacobson will check back in. He'll give Owen Bailey his first break of the game. And once again, full court pressure being dialed up here by Southeast of Saline. Sacred Heart handled it well last time.
And Devin, I always find it interesting to see how this team works when you have Jacobson and Bailey or one of the two not in the game. And right now we're seeing there's a like for like. If it's Jacobson, as you see, a foul right there on Knopf, just going up strong. Looked like a wide open layup, but he had it protected the basket. But this team, they got to figure out a way to flow when one of the two, when they're both not on the court.
Sam did a really good job rotating over with the block up high, but got too much of the body down low. And that will send a Sacred Heart Knight to the free throw line. And it's the leading scorer, Will Tuttle. His first free throw, through. He opened this game with the first 3-pointer of the game. Excuse me, that has actually been Disberger. Thank you, Tyler. Made the first, missed the second. 7-point lead here by the Knights. 2:15 left to play. Here's Patochik on the left-hand side. His shot up, soft, it won't go down. Sacred Heart with the rebound. Hines comes out of the crowd with it. 2:07 left to play.
You saw Hines fight hard for that rebound, then just wisely slow it down. Didn't have numbers. Get Sacred Heart back in their offensive set.
Sacred Heart continues to drive and dish. They go back to Tuttle and a big step into the paint. A little hezzy move there. 2 points for Will Tuttle.
Tuttle did a great job with his 2 steps right there, didn't he? He drew the defense one side, then took that big jump stop, took the step. Great finish from Tuttle.
He has 5 now in this first quarter. Remember, he opened the game with a 3-pointer. Minute and a half left to go, first quarter. 13-4 our score. To my knowledge, the only other game in the area tonight as Sam Knopf hits a 3-pointer. The only other game in the area tonight is Hoisington at Smoky Valley in a makeup game. Here's a steal now, Caden Perry. He goes to the goal on the right-hand side and scores. Caden Perry's first basket of the game. 2 turnovers now for the Knights. Southeast of Saline back within 4.
And so you got to be liking things. You kind of weathered the storm, right? Now you just got to make sure you see a turnover right there from Sacred Heart. You weathered that initial storm. You're only down 4. You got a minute left. This is a huge minute of the basketball game. I know it's early, but it's 13-9 right now. Sacred Heart, they came out to a huge run right now. You've really got to fight hard for this possession. Try to get it down to, if you can keep this, 2-3-point game going in the second quarter, you're going to be happy with yourself. You're Southeast of Saline.
So, couple of substitutions here. Southeast has it back. Gebhardt, Jacobson back into the game. Under a minute left to go, first quarter, 13-9. Sacred Heart with a 2-possession lead. Jacobson up top. He is guarded by Carson Lehman. Jacobson takes a little bit of a drive, collects 2 defenders, now plays it out to Kerr. They swing it around. Patochik open from 3. Can't get that one to go. And when I say open, it was a little window. Colin was still there within an arm's length. Here comes Sacred Heart off the rebound. Weaving in and out of traffic, they go to Lehman, left-hand side. Now they swing it back around. Colin now on the opposite side of the floor. 20 seconds left to play. Looking inside. They're going to dump it in there, and it's going to be a foul on Perry from behind, trying to guard Disberger. Disberger, a big body inside, Tyler. He is definitely the mismatch right now for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, massive body. Don't have heights listed on the roster, but Disberger's an absolute unit down there, and just Perry got caught just bumping a little bit earlier before the ball was there.
14 seconds left to go. Big stand here needed for Southeast of Saline. I agree with you. Early in the game, they still need a stop. And here is a rebound up by Isaiah Carey. Mishandled it, but now he has it. Here's a long pass by Gebhardt. Jacobson down low to Potocik. Sacred Heart knocks it out of bounds. Southeast will have it with 6/10 of a second left. A little touch and score here. Opportunity for Southeast.
Do you think Coach Phil actually's got like a Lee Benson he could throw an alley-oop to right here?
Boy,
and
that'd
just
be awesome,
let him flush it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with 0.6 seconds left right here. Not a lot you can do. Like you said, it's going to have to be a catch and shoot really quickly. Difficult to get this up in a high school level.
Potocik looking Jacobson the whole way. He catches it floating away from the basket, puts it up, and it will be off the mark. And the end of the first quarter is here. 13-9. Sacred Heart leading Southeast of Saline, but it was once a 9-point lead for the Knights. As we go to the second quarter, Southeast of Saline Trojan Basketball with the Sacred Heart Knights here on KINA, and also live stream video paired with the radio broadcast on SalinaPost.com. It's presented tonight by Salina Ortho.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth here at Sacred Heart High School, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith. Once it was a 9-point lead, Tyler, Southeast of Saline, able to shave that down to 4 before the quarter break. Shot inside, Tuttle. That one curls off. Excuse me, that's Disberger again. Here comes Southeast off and running. Jacobson trying to bounce pass across the paint, and it's going to be lost out of bounds. The official said it was off of Owen Bailey, out of bounds.
Well, they're able to shave that lead down, but also do it while you had Bailey on the bench. Now you got Bailey and Jacobson both back in the game. That gives you now 2 bona fide scorers. We've seen, that you can have scoring from Perry. Tiernan's be able to get shots up as well. And if you leave Gebhardt alone, we know what he can do.
Here's Colin for 3. That one rims off. What a great block out by Caden Perry. That'll free Southeast up. Here's the break. Bailey out to the free throw line. Kick out. Potocik, Tiernan's 3. Just short off the mark. Boy, he just needs to calibrate that just a little bit. Has a loose ball now. Jacobson going at it along with a Sacred Heart player. It's going to be Hines out of bounds. It stays with Southeast.
They love it, right? We saw 3 or 4 guys down on the floor. Don't know which way. I mean, that's a difficult call for the official. Heck, for one point, he was just jumping to get out of the way to save his own life right there. Very fortunate call for Southeast to stay with the basketball.
Disberger will come out. Dom Matucci back in for the Sacred Heart Knights. Potocik into the backcourt, receives the inbounds. He'll bring it back now, fire right to Gebhardt. Almost a minute has gone by here in this second quarter. Potocik on the left-hand side. He wants to drive. Floater. Strings it. Tiernan, Potocik gets that floater on the left-hand side, and the southpaw along the baseline drops it home.
Well, just the confidence to have that shot. Great ball fake. We've seen him shoot a couple threes. You saw this Sacred Heart defender just fly away. Great finish from Potocik. Great defense on the other side right there as he grabs the defensive rebound.
Here comes Tiernan back the other way. Potocik across the midcourt stripe, being shadowed by Coland. 6:37 left to go. It's 13-11. Southeast of Saline has worked their way back within 2. Here's Gebhardt passing it off at the last minute to Jacobson. You almost want to see Grady take that layup. They were not honoring his scoring ability, and Grady dumped it off. He's always looking to pass first.
You do, and that's one thing that Grady can improve on his game so much. He just needs to be greedier with the basketball.
Sacred Heart back the other way, and Caden Perry along with Tiernan Potocik turned that shot away. A good point-blank rim defense there by Trojans. Jacobson down along the baseline. guarded, double team, now triple team, saves the basketball, and then he is fouled. Matucci on the floor took Jacobson's ankles out, not intentionally, he just happened to be there, and the foul goes against Matucci. It's his first.
And that's an unfortunate call on Matucci, but anytime you're not in a legal defensive position, as Matucci was not, because he was on the floor right there, if the ball handler runs into that player, that's going to be a defensive foul. It's an easy call for the official. Unfortunate on Matucci. It's just a hustle play by him, but he just caught himself not in a legal defensive position.
Teal will set the pick for Gebhardt. He'll come across the paint. Now they go into Teal. He sidesteps the defender, and he is fouled. Free throws coming up as Carson Lehman fouled Adam Teal. Teal will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Man, Teal did all the hard work right there. He sealed Lehman off. You just want to see that shot finish. You want to see Teal go up there with the right hand. The natural left, he went up the left. Didn't have a great angle. With the right hand might be a little bit easier. Nevertheless, he's to the free throw line for 2.
Adams a southpaw. His first free throw is up off the front of the rim, and that is no good. Well, I just feel like almost all of the shots for Southeast of Saline from 15 feet and out tonight have just been a little short.
And give credit to, as that free throw is missed, give credit to our defense. You're getting ran out nonstop. There's not an easy shot on this basketball floor. Sacred Heart's not going to let you have any breathing space, but you're exactly right. Just everything's just a tad bit short.
2 free throws missed there by Adam Teal. The Sacred Heart lead continues to be 2, 13-11. Lehman has it between the rings. He'll fling it right now. They go to Tuttle. Tuttle on the drive out to Matucci. Matucci does the same. Back to Tuttle. Tuttle now crosses over on Gebhardt. Gannon pokes it from behind, and it went off Tuttle's hand out of bounds, it looked like. The official, though, does not see it as he was right crowded with that play. Sacred Heart will keep it.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing Owen Bailey just fly at ball fakes. Bailey's big enough. Just put a hand up, make them shoot a contested shot. Sometimes that's going to be more difficult than flying at him.
Tuttle down low, muscles Gebhardt with a nice drop step, and Will Tuttle has 7 points. He equals Luke Cullen now, and that stops a huge Sacred Heart drought.
Yeah, strong finish from Tuttle right there. Just caught the ball in the low block. One dribble just goes up strong with a contested nice finish.
Tochick for 3. This one from the right-hand side of the floor. It's the first time we've seen him over there offensively, and it misses, comes away, and a Sacred Heart rebound. Up the floor to Matucci. Dom's three-pointer won't go down. Weak side rebound, Isaiah Kerr. He'll quickly hand it off to Gannon Jacobson. 4:55 left to go, second quarter. So 4 points, Sacred Heart lead. Potacek to Gebhardt. Now back to Teal, who's playing out away from the basket. 3-point land. A 5-out offense right now, being ran by Southeast. Potacek all the way to the cup. Had a little extra move in there that he had to make. The defense is very good and comes away with a miss. Tuttle back the other way. Ran into by Jacobson, and they're going to call a foul on Gannon.
And so what we saw Gannon do on the other side, we saw Tuttle do on this side. Tuttle saw an opening right there. He knew the only way that he could be stopped if there was going to be some illegal contact, some foul. Gannon didn't mean to commit the foul. He just kind of got in the way. Tuttle did a good job drawing that contact. That's just a big-time move from Tuttle.
Second foul on Jacobson. That'll have to be monitored and managed here now by Southeast of Saline's coaching staff. 4:30 left to go, second quarter. They go back into Tuttle. Jacobson there again, and Tuttle against a handcuff of Jacobson will rise up and score.
And that just shows Tuttle's his leadership right there. He understands that Gannon can't do anything with him defensively because Gannon can't pick up that third foul right now. Tuttle did a great job just finishing.
Here's Teal down low. He'll pitch it out now after working on the left block. A three-pointer now from the corner that is up and good. That is a much-needed basket by Sam Knopf, and that is his second one of the game. He has 6.
And you're going to have to see scoring from others. You're seeing so much emphasis placed on Jacobson, placed on Bailey. You're going to have to see scoring from Knopf, from Teal, from Gebhardt, from from Potacek, and from Perry. You're going to have to get scoring from other people if you're Southeast.
Well, if you're Gannon Jacobson in Southeast right now, I am definitely surprised Gannon is still in there. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Jacobson. That's his third. I was just going to make a point about Jacobson still guarding Tuttle. And I don't know why Sacred Heart didn't go right at Jacobson that time. They didn't have to. Jacobson slides in and gets the block. That'll be his third foul.
And that's a really unfortunate call against Southeast. I thought Jacobson was there, but with 2 fouls, you can't afford that. You can't afford a 50-50 call. You can't afford to put what's going to happen on that whistle in the official's hands.
Hines misses the front free throw. He is still yet to score in this game. Jacobson goes to the bench with 3 fouls, 3:44 left to play here in the second quarter. Hines gets the second. He's on the board now. 18-14. Now we're going to see what the Southeast team does without Gannon Jacobson on both ends of the floor, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Like, here's where you got to just hold on to your straps. You got to make sure you're precise with your passing. You don't have that safety outlet that you normally have with Gannon, and defensively you have to be extremely strong down low and on the perimeter without his long arms.
Sam Knopf now drawing the attention of Hines after he's hit 2 3-pointers. Knopf plays it out to Owen Bailey. Bailey on the drive, has Knights reaching in and a foul in the act of shooting. Owen Bailey will go to the free throw line. Owen has yet to score in this game. That's going to need a change in quick fashion, and Southeast wants to stick around in this one. 3:16 left to go, a 4-point game, 2 free throws coming up for Owen Bailey. The foul will go against Dominic Matucci. That is the second for Dom.
Yeah, and we often see Bailey with that quick trigger on the 3 as he misses that first free throw. And he's, I think, over 3 from the from 3-point line right now. But him getting to the bucket is just as important. He can score at all 3 levels. He's got to continue to attack the rim.
Missed the first one. The second one rolls in. And now a substitute coming into the table is Caden Perry. So Perry will come in. He will replace Adam Teal. It is Kerr, Perry, Bailey, Knopf, and Gebhardt all on the floor for Southeast of Saline. Here comes the press. Gebhardt's the only one back. Matucci with the layup, and it's a 2-on-1 break. Gebhardt was left out on an island.
And Devin, 0 dribbles to get that ball up. There's only 1 dribble in that entire press break, and that was Matucci's power dribble to gather his feet. You got to love that if you're Coach Brian Gormley.
20-15. Sacred Heart now has built this lead to 5. Here's Isaiah Kerr on a long shot, barely at the rim. It's going to come off on a rebound to Hines. Hines wants to push up the floor quickly. Gets it into the middle of the floor to Maddox Wells. Wells with a little back and forth dance. Now to Hines. Hines a floater in the lane. Scores.
Well, there's just the ball movement right there. The ball just went from one side of the court to the other. Southeast defense couldn't keep up. Nice finish from Hines.
Southeast in the danger zone here. It's a 7-point Sacred Heart lead. Still 2:30 left to go in the second quarter. And Gannon Jacobson on the bench with 3 fouls.
Now it's survival for the rest of the first half. And you're down 7. You just got to figure out a way to get to halftime still in this game.
Grady Gebhardt for 3. In and out, no good. Gebhardt on the season doesn't shoot a lot, but he's been very good. 3 out of 4. That one looked like it was halfway down and then somehow found its way out. Hines on the runner. Runs into a Southeast player. He's going to get the bucket and the foul. 3-point play opportunity coming up for Noah Hines.
And the foul's on Gebhardt right there, and Gebhardt kind of looked. He didn't understand why the foul was on him. I think Gebhardt was trying to get out of the way. Hines did a great job creating that bump by Gebhardt. That's just a fantastic finish from the freshman. No angle, had 0 opportunity to make that basket, just figured out a way to do it.
Gebhardt, his first foul. And really only other three team fouls other than Gannon Jacobson's 3 fouls. That's the problem for Southeast right now. Each team has 3 fouls as we enter the last 2 minutes of this first half. 25-15, biggest lead of the game now, built here by Sacred Heart. And this has happened pretty much since Gannon Jacobson got a couple of quick fouls and had to go to the bench. Kerr with it. Now to Bailey. Bailey over to Kerr, and Kerr's going to travel with the basketball. Second turnover for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, Kerr knew what he was doing with the basketball right there. He just didn't give it time to develop. I think if he kind of pauses with the basketball a little bit longer, it's not only going to help him because he's not going to travel, the automatic turnover, but it's going to also draw that Sacred Heart defender a little bit further, and he can then go 1 ball fake, 1 dribble, nice, easy 15-footer.
1:38 left to go. Sacred Heart with the basketball. They bring it up across the timeline. Tiernan Potocik back into the game as he is there to check Maddox Wells defensively. They want to go inside to Tuttle. Tuttle with a turnaround and just no defensive presence down low. Right now, with Will Tuttle has scored his 6th point in the quarter. He leads Sacred Heart with 11.
Well, and Tuttle's fallen in love with that left side block, isn't he? I mean, just great finish from him.
Owen Bailey comes back with a floater mid-lane to score his first field goal of the night. 3 points for Owen Bailey. Back to a 10-point game. 27-17. 1 minute left to play. Boy, if Southeast, instead of being down 12 or 13, can be down more like 8 or 9, that would be huge. Here's Matucci for a 3. That's going to miss. Kerr runs down the rebound as it glances off to the baseline. Here's a one-handed pass up the floor to Knopf. Now back to Potocik. Potocik here, spacing with Bailey. Owen lets one fly from 3. That's no good. Tuttle with the one-handed rebound. 35 seconds left to go. Up the floor, here comes Hines. In the middle of 2 defenders, draws the fouls. He runs over Isaiah Kerr. I think they might have got Sam Knopf up top, though. It wasn't Kerr down low, and it is. It's Sam Knopf up high.
But how about the sophomore Hines right there, just finding some vulnerability in that Southeast transition defense and just attacks. It's a great job from the young sophomore.
Had them back on their heels, and he was able to recognize that, that's for sure. Free throws coming up now for Noah Hines. First one is good.
And going back to the Bailey three-pointer, you don't mind Bailey shooting the 23-footer, but you can get that later on in the clock. You don't want that shot that early. You have to understand you're just trying to survive right now and get to halftime. 2
free throws up and good. Noah Hines missed his first free throw of the night, but since then he has made 4 in a row. 30 seconds left to go. 12-point lead by Sacred Heart. Bailey with the basketball in the backcourt. He'll bring it across now as he works on Tucci. He'll play it to Perry, top of the circle. Perry threw it away, looking for Potacek. It's going to be stolen by Maddox Wells. Up the court, can't get the layup to go. Now battle for the rebound. Potacek has it back with 12. Here comes Owen Bailey with a glance at the clock. Off to the left, trying to go for Knopf. That's stolen away. As Southeast of Saline commits 2 turnovers back-to-back, and it ends up in an open court foul on Tiernan Potacek.
And right there, the foul on Potacek is going to be the 5th on Southeast Saline. I 100% understand what he's doing. He's just trying to slow everything down, just trying to make sure it wasn't an easy transition bucket. He thought he had his feet set. Nevertheless, it's going to be a blocking foul, number 5 on Southeast, sending Matucci to the line for 2.
Dom Matucci, 2 points here in the quarter. These will be his first free throw attempts of the game. First free throw on the way is good. That foul on Potacek, just his first. Adam Teal back into the game. 8 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Keep it tuned right here at halftime. We'll go over numbers from the first half. Also, have a conversation with Shauna Smith about another victory for her ladies, as that second free throw is good for Matucci. Southeast of Salina across the timeline. Owen Bailey all the way into the paint. Leaning left-hander is good. Owen Bailey with his 5th point of the quarter. And we go to the locker room with a 12-point Sacred Heart lead. The Knights lead it 31-19. We are at halftime. When we come back, numbers from the first half. And also, conversation with Shauna Smith. It's all coming up here at halftime. It's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. It's a 12-point Sacred Heart lead here at the break as you listen to Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top-quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, are
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here in Salina at Sacred Heart High School in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, 31-19. Sacred Heart leading Southeast of Saline. Halftime of the boys contest and a 12-point margin for the Knights. Time now to look back at our first game of the evening. And it was Shauna Smith and her Lady Trojans from southeast of Saline getting another victory, their 5th of the season. They are now 5-2. They have won 3 in a row and 5 of the last 6. As southeast of Saline comes in on the road, they get a big victory, 43-31. This was a fun game to watch. It was a low-scoring defensive game, but it was high tempo. It was kind of defensive pressure on both ends, making each team figure out different ways to do things, and maybe not the first option, but the second, third, or fourth option. What was your opinion on this one?
I knew from the very beginning this wasn't where nobody's going to run out with this game, no matter where I totally go. You knew that they were going to come back on some runs and whatever. But I thought we did a good job. Is when they kind of did get a couple run, we kind of held our composure, and then we came back out and scored it in.
Yeah, this was back and forth. You start out early on. Kaya Samuelson got you going offensively. She had 6 points in the first quarter. You have a 3-point lead at the end of one. Then you build a 10-point lead in the middle of the second quarter and then hit a wall. And then Sacred Heart was able to come back in. They scored the last 5 of the first half. It's a 5-point game at halftime. What was your thoughts there at the intermission? What did you tell the girls?
I think one thing we've been talking about is kind of keeping our focus. And what we're doing, got to stick to a game plan and what we were doing and what was working for us. We defensively, we'd lose the lead girl or the Douglas girl. We'd do a really good job, and then after so many possessions, then passes, then we were losing them, or let them drive the lane. We just kind of were losing what we were supposed to be doing. That's what we kind of talked about. And then offensively, we were trying to score off of one pass. Whatever. Yeah. Early in the game, we were scoring on baseline drives, and I'm not sure we did that much even throughout the rest of the game after the first quarter.
Yeah, Sacred Heart kept pushing. They got back within 3 on several different occasions in that third quarter. But when called upon, your defense got you stops. I thought you were pretty good defensively all night long. Just one kind of component of that I noticed, Addie Lee, who averages well over double digits for the season, she was held to 3 points tonight. She did not score in the first half. But not only that, everything Sacred Heart got, it seemed like they really
scored, and I looked at my kids. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Make those other kids do things, and we got some of their other kids to take shots that they're normally not really supposed to take.
I know it's a frustration point, and you want the girls to do so well. You see good things in practice, but there's a maturation process with everybody. Not only the freshmen, we beat them up a lot, and that's just kind of the way it goes. But also with the sophomores, sometimes the juniors, there are things that sometimes we have lapses in our memory and what we're supposed to be doing. Tonight, though, I had to laugh just a little bit. Tyler and I were talking on the broadcast. Kaya Samuelson was coming down the floor. She had Sutton Douglas on the opposite side, on the left-hand side. She throws a pass out of bounds, and it was like you could see in her face, she knew exactly what was wrong. But before you got a chance to talk to her about it, she had already made a basket, got fouled, and almost started to redeem herself. That redemption kept moving on as she had a really good fourth quarter after that turnover.
Yeah, and we chatted after the game there. She's talking about she's kind of been, her third quarters have kind of been, but no, she's going to get, and I told her, I haven't told her all season yet that she's taking a bad shot. Tonight I told her it's not that it was a bad shot, just where they're what we'd call early in the shot clock if we had one. So that's just those couple things there, because I need her to go score the bucket, and she did a good job tonight. She's one of the kids that she'll shoot a pull-up jumper, and she had some of those early on in the game and some really good shots.
The chemistry, I think, with this team, what I'm seeing from the outside looking in, and I want your thoughts on this, it's starting to grow. It's starting to have girls trust each other. You were very interchangeable tonight with whoever brought the ball down the floor. They made it pretty clear they were going to come after Reese Heinrich pretty hard and make her night difficult bringing the ball up the floor. She did well when she had the ball in her hands, but a lot of times you just waved her off, either put it in Pearson's hands or Kaya Samuelson's hands, and they did a good job too.
Yeah, and that's always nice when you have more than one person that can bring the ball up the court. Yeah, and Lee was just going dogging her, so we put her at high post to take Lee out of the defense. And that's kind of what I think we kind of did there to kind of get our defense going, because she leaves her, and then she leaves her again, and Reese stepped out and got a couple threes there.
It seems like every single night we're talking about a new player or two with new career highs. Thursday night against Smoky Valley, it was Sutton Douglas, it was Reagan Duran. Tonight, it's Kaya Samuelson, 8 points in the fourth quarter, 16 for the game, a new career high for her. But you had 3 other players with 8 points tonight. Reese Heinrich had 8, Reagan Duran had 8, and 8 points tonight for Abbott Pearson as well, as you spread out the scoring in a low-scoring game, 43-31. You continue to shoot free throws well in the fourth quarter, 7 of 9 tonight in the fourth quarter, 11 of 16 for the game. You had more turnovers than Sacred Heart, But I just think down the stretch, when it really, really mattered, you were more efficient on offense, and you were tougher than nails on the defensive end.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that. The fourth quarter, we were pretty darn good. We were just solid around. We limited the second chance points, made them take tough shots. Okay, and then we said on offense, we made them play defense more than just a couple passes. We went side to side and tried to get some good looks there. And like I said, I just remember that one ball coming around and out down here to Reagan, and she hits that big three. That was kind of the dagger for us. Like I said, Reagan did a really good job, and we kind of switched up who was playing where our defense was, and I thought Pregame did a fantastic job of playing the middle for us of our 3-2 because he put Abigail down low, and Abigail manned it down there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Reagan Duran again, and Abbott Pearson just kind of being that steady, calming force for you at times. Tough week. It's good to get the first one out of the way here, especially in a league contest against your rivals, now Lions, tomorrow night. Have a good Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline ladies. They win tonight, their 5th win of the season. They move to 5-2. They're still 3-0. They're undefeated in league play. 43-31, the score tonight. The final, Kaya Samuelson, the Vernon Jewelers, gem of the game tonight with 16 points, a new career high for her. We're at halftime of the boys contest. We'll take a 1-minute timeout when we come back. Numbers from the first half and third quarter action. Sacred Heart leads it over Southeast of Saline, 31-19 here on KINA.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Sacred Heart High School, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, halftime of the boys game. We're just about ready to start third quarter. 31-19, Sacred Heart leads it. Will Tuttle right now leading all scores for Sacred Heart with 11, 8 for Noah Hines, 7 for Luke Colan, 4 for Don Matucci, 1 for Ben Disberger. For Southeast of Saline, 6 points for Sam Knopf, 5 points for Owen Bailey, 4 for Tiernan Potachik, 2 for Gannon Jacobson, and 2 for Caden Perry. Southeast of Saline, 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 9 of 11 for Sacred Heart. Those numbers brought to you by the Bank of Teskett. And really, could almost see the writing on the wall, right, Tyler? When Gannon Jacobson went out of the game with that third foul, a run by Sacred Heart there to extend that lead. Southeast had this down to a 2-point game after trailing by 9, but then that flipped back the other way in favor of the Knights without Gannon on the floor.
Yeah, it did. Unofficially, in the last 3:44 of the half, once Gannon picked up his third foul, you see a third. He's not the one on Tuttle. He kind of drew that straw, but now you got to figure out how you keep him safe while he goes to work. Two quick points from Jacobson right there on the block.
Jacobson on the baseline, floats in, absorbs a little bit of contact, foul, and it scores on the right-hand side. 31-21, back to within 10. 12 points has been the biggest lead by Sacred Heart in this game. There's a shot put up. It goes off of a Southeast player out of bounds. It will stay here with Sacred Heart on their offensive end.
Yeah, and as well as the air ball right there for the wing, and those balls are so difficult to rebound defensively because you're expecting some kind. You see Jacobson right there at the steal, but those air balls are tough to rebound. You have no idea where the ball is.
Owen Bailey, jump shot off the break, can't get it to go. Rebound down low by Ben Disberger, who starts the game here in the second half. Did not start to begin the contest, and a little floater off the window. What a nice shot that was by Maddox Wells, his first field goal of the night.
Yeah, Wells extremely crafty and right there. He just used his pace. He understood undersized right there. Just kind of slowed things down the win up quick. It's a good finish from Wells.
Jacobson, a little pick and pop play with Adam Teal up top. Now Knopf has it. He floats it into Jacobson. Gannon goes up and gets it. He is guarded by 4 different Sacred Heart players and lost the basketball. Boy, it's no secret what Sacred Heart's defensive assignment is here in this game. Is Gannon Jacobson at 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then guard everybody else.
And not a bad strategy right now. I mean, you got to have somebody else score if you're Southeast. Show me you can do it. As you see right there, over rotation from Bailey, it leaves Hines wide open for the three as the sophomore drains it.
Double digits for Noah Hines. He equals Will Tuttle for High Point honors. Both of them have 11. It's a 15-point lead for the Knights. And Southeast, again, finds themselves navigating troubled waters here. Sam Knopf has the basketball. He had a couple of three-pointers in the first half of action. He'll play it off now to Grady Gebhardt, who goes right to Owen Bailey. Bailey wants to drive, dishes out to Knopf, who now swings it back around left-hand side. Jacobson wants to go to the baseline. Got the ball poked away, now plays it back out to Gebhardt. Gebhardt now gives it to Bailey, who comes out and gets it at the logo. 5:54 left to play, third quarter.
And again, it's this pressure of Sacred Heart's man-to-man defense. They're not making anything easy. You have to have long possessions. As you see right there, Gannon just take the ball to the baseline right there. Going to be a foul on Lehman.
So a foul coming up. No, it's actually Disberger. Ben Disberger gets his first foul. Gannon Jacobson will step to the free throw line. Southeast as a team, 3 of 6 from the stripe so far in this game. Gannon Jacobson's first trip to the line. His first free throw is up and no good. 60% on the season so far for Jacobson. He's 19 of 31. Second free throw on the way. That one crawls home. 3 points in the quarter for Gannon, 5 for the game. 36-22. Sacred Heart's lead. As I said, to my knowledge, I'm not saying the state of Kansas, but in an intermediate area, the only other game going on tonight is a makeup game, and that is Hoisington at Smoky Valley. Here's Noah Hines for 3, and he goes back-to-back. Hitting 2 3-pointers here in the third, and he has 14.
Yeah, and Hines starting to play with some emotion as well. We've seen him for the last couple of threes. Gives it a little shout-out. Like, that's a guy you don't want to get going right now. If you're Southeast Lean, you've got to lock Hines down.
Teal has it in the corner, plays it out now high to Gebhardt. Now works it around to Owen Bailey. Bailey inside to Teal. Skip pass over everything to Knopf. Sam will bring it across now and play it to Jacobson. Gebhardt looked at the 3, now plays it out to Teal. Knopf has it now. Handoff to Bailey. Bailey's going to go all the way to the cup. High off the window. He can't get it to bounce in, but a foul will be called, and Owen Bailey will go to the free throw line. Foul will be issued.
We got 22, but I don't know if there is a 22. 21.
It's going to be Disberger. So he gets 2 quick fouls here in the second half.
And there's a lot of things you have to do right now if you're Southeast Saline. One of them is you got to score when the clock is off. So free throws are going to be huge. You got to continue to attack the rim. You saw Bailey do right there, knocks in both free throws. You got to take advantage of every single opportunity that clock is not running.
39-24.
And speaking of the clock not running, it's still not running. It's 4:43. The clock is stuck.
4:40 left to go. Here's a steal by Gebhardt. He takes it away. And Grady now pushing up the left-hand side to Jacobson. Little jab step by Jacobson. Spin cycle, and that's good. Carson Lehman was a victim on that transition by Gebhardt to Jacobson.
And that looks like one of those moves you practice in the driveway nonstop. Doesn't matter if there's defense there or not. Jacobson just relies on that just fantastic stop, reverse move, goes up strong. That's a great finish from Jacobson.
There's a lot of people, if they try that same move, they tear 6 ACLs. I mean, there's just no other way to get around it.
I just fall over and I'm dizzy as heck. Just a great finish from Jacobson.
Jacobson got the rebound on the other end, played the outlet to Knopf. Knopf loses it in a transition now to a 2-pointer for Will Tuttle for Sacred Heart. He has 13. Knopf now going back at the rim, challenges Tuttle, gets the foul, and free throws coming up for Sam Knopf.
How about that cat and mouse game on the other side with Tuttle and Jacobson one-on-one? Tuttle was trying to get Jacobson to commit the foul. Jacobson was trying to stay away. Everything just kind of went to slow motion. Good finish from Tuttle. Good job from Jacobson not to commit that foul. Looks like they're kind of talking about that possession right there.
Now they're chatting about it.
Yes.
Here's a first free throw by Knopf. It's up and good. Sam has 7 in this game. Don Matucci comes into the game for Sacred Heart, and now they get a lot smaller with Ben Disberger checking out.
Well, in that first foul, it's only the first on Tuttle. We talk about the inside presence he's been offensively, but also great defensive as that second free throw is missed. To only commit your first foul, when you're such a presence down low for Sacred Heart, it's got to be helping out Brian Gorman and his squad bet a lot.
There's Lehman down low for Sacred Heart trying to score. He cannot. Southeast of Saline with the rebound. They push it up the right-hand sideline to Gannon Jacobson. He works his way to the paint, out to Ganoff, looking for his third three. That's no good. Owen Bailey hit the deck, and the ball goes out of bounds as Bailey is slow to get up. The ball will stay here with Southeast of Saline. Luke Coland back into the game for Sacred Heart. He will replace Hines. 41-27. In a busy week for Southeast of Saline. They will go to Lyons tomorrow and then go to Clay Center on Friday.
And then again, things don't get any easier for them as well. I mean, the exact same schedule as the girls, big time. 3 weeks ahead. There's 3 games the next 3 weeks. I mean, it's going to, again, like you said, it won't define your season, but hey, it goes a long ways in saying which way your season's going to go.
Gebhardt in inbounds. Jacobson up top. He stands on the accelerator, plays it off to Teal for 3. That one dies off the rim, right-hand side. Southeast now back playing defense. Sacred Heart is also in action tomorrow in the NCAA as a pass across the paint to Will Tuttle. He scores easily. Sacred Heart tomorrow night, they'll go to Belleville to play Republic County. Sacred Heart playing defense now, leading by 16. Their biggest lead has been 17. Here's Jacobson with a 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Sacred Heart with the rebound. Here comes Coland up the right-hand side. Go back and forth. Oh. He's going to have the ball blocked from behind. As Adam Teal comes up with the left hand and swats it out of bounds.
And great move, Coland getting to the rim, but Teal never gave up on it. Just put that big left hand of his outstretched arm. Nice block from Teal.
Tanner Schroeder's into the game for the first time for Southeast of Saline. 2:45 left to go here in the third. 43-27. 16-point lead here by the undefeated Sacred Heart Knights. Trying to stay that way. There's Tuttle. His first shot is up. No good. Second chance. Three-pointer is up and good. Dom Matucci gets his first long-distance connection of the night. 46-27.
And again, Matucci just a sweet stroke. There was nobody running at him. Wide open, easy finish from long distance from Matucci.
Owen Bailey pulls up, right-hand elbow. His two-pointer is good. His first field goal of the second half. He has 9. 50-29. Two minutes left to play here in the third. Spin move in the middle of the paint. Put on there by Maddox Wells. Then he was stuck. Ends up out to Matucci for a 3. It's a couple different times we've seen that, Tyler, in this game. A Knight will hit a 3 and then get another one back to back.
And give Brian Gormley the assist right there. I mean, he called for that right there. He wanted that play to start from that left side. He knew exactly what he was dialing up. It's a nice set from Gormley. Feeding the hot hand. Matucci drains it.
53-29. 24-point lead. Schroeder drives into a crowd. Now out to Knopf. Out to Gebhardt for a 3. That one won't go in. And Coland with the rebound. Here comes Sacred Heart back the other way. 1:19 left to play in the third. A pass that's deflected out of bounds by Gannon Jacobson. It will stay with Sacred Heart in the far corner here at Sacred Heart High School. Gebhardt will check out. Isaiah Kerr will check in. Excuse me, that's Tiernan Patacic. Also, Noah Hines back into the game for Sacred Heart. .110 left to go here in the third. Sacred Heart with a 20-point lead. They also have the basketball. Maddox Wells with it. Started out left, tried to spin move back right. Patacic there with him. Really good defense by Tiernan, but Maddox Wells able to score anyway.
Yeah, nice finish from Wells. Great deflection of the basketball for myself right there.
Yeah, good job.
Creeping at my face, 100 miles an hour. I guess it wasn't creeping at all. Might have broke a finger. We're still good. We'll get a manicure tomorrow. We'll fight through it.
Love to hear it. We got games tomorrow night, too.
I'm a game time decision all of a sudden.
Owen Bailey will come out of the game. Isaiah Kerr now in. Hines with it. Into the backcourt now to Wells. Wells and Patacic. 43 seconds left to play here in the third.
And we talked about Addie Lee and, you know, what she does offensively. She didn't have a great offensive night, but Wells is from that same family tree, right? Dad played baseball, Division I level. His aunt, Wells' aunt, ran across the street. Like, you can see it. There's a different build to him. You know, he's a little bit smaller, but just put together really well. And again, he has that mindset that goes with the athleticism.
And I believe we're going to get a moving screen. It's a foul away from the basketball. And it looks like maybe a moving screen on Luke Coland as he went down to bump into Gannon Jacobson. That'll be a turnover for Sacred Heart, their third.
Here's one of my favorite things about Coach Brian Gormley. Gormley's yelling at his guys, and then he asks what the foul was, and then he gets on the officials just a little bit, but he's always on his guys, right? He expects perfection from them at all times. You know, I've refereed these Sacred Heart teams during summer leagues all the time, and he's the first guy. He'll tell you right away, I'm not going to yell at you, but I'll yell at my guys nonstop if they're not playing defense the right way, and you can see it transitions well during the season for him.
5 seconds left to go in the third. Jacobson with a three-pointer. It's off the front of the rim. Hines scoops it up, goes from half court. His runner floats off to the left. No good, and we are at the end of the third period. 51-29. Sacred Heart outscores Southeast of Saline 20-10 in that third quarter, and they build a big lead here to take into the fourth. Sacred Heart, Southeast of Saline basketball here on KINA with live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Presented tonight by Salina Ortho.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
One more quarter to go from middle of town, Salina. I guess you can call this middle of town, right?
Yeah.
Right down here, we're off the campus of K-Dub, Sacred Heart. 51-29, the Knights leading Southeast of Saline as we get into the fourth and final quarter. Back here from the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Dom Matucci with it up top. As now he's going to drive all the way to the basket on the right-hand side. Tanner Schroeder comes over on help side defense, and a foul will be called here on Schroeder. They will send Matucci to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. 10 points off the bench here for Dominic Matucci.
And again, this Sacred Heart team, they just continue to reload, don't they? And it's a lot of the names you've heard in years past. Matucci, you know, coming from a lineage, brother was great. Here's Matucci misses that first free throw. Only a sophomore. He's impressive. I mean, he knows when to attack, when to hold off. Just a great job tonight from Matucci.
They're all important games, but this one extra important tonight for Sacred Heart. Trying to keep pace with Beloit in the NCAA. Beloit right now 4-0 in league play. They're 5-2 overall, and while Sacred Heart is still undefeated overall, they've only had 2 league games so far. This is number 3, so they're trying to keep pace with the Beloit Trojans in the NCAA. Coming into the night, Southeast of Saline set 3rd in league play. Southeast with a quick look at a 3 there. That goes unanswered. Sacred Heart now has it back. 7:21 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Oh, traveling violation will be issued to Sacred Heart.
Yeah, unfortunate call on Hines right there. Looks like there was a lot of bodies flying around. Officials saw a walk. It's going to be a turnover on Hines. At some point, right, you want to start, you know, we talked about how the workload and, you know, how many games you have this week. If you don't make a run here quickly, you want to know, like, how long is Flax going to stay with the starters, how the legs are going to be important. Lions, a much different team on the guys' side than they are on the girls' side. I mean, that's going to be a tough battle tomorrow night. You're just going to understand, like, how do you keep your kids ready for tomorrow night?
Here's a nice pass down low off a loose ball. Isaiah Kerr scooped up, and he bounced past it across the paint to Tanner Schroeder for his first basket. Give the assist to Isaiah Kerr.
Yeah, great look. A lot of bodies around. Kerr just finds Schroeder, and it's a fantastic finish.
Here's the drive now by Lehman. Out to Tuttle. Boy, he's so good around the rim, isn't he? Will Tuttle has 17. That time got the bump, still finished with the left hand over the front of the rim.
He's like a good ballad, right? He can come at you hard. He can come soft. It's just so smooth. Everything is so nice with Tuttle. Jacobson,
a little back and forth. Lehman there defensively, but Gannon Jacobson gets points 8 and 9. Sacred Heart has it back the other way. Hines with it as he goes back and forth with Isaiah Kerr. Now Hines driving off the right-hand side, and Kerr then get tangled up. Isaiah will help him up, and the foul will go to Isaiah Kerr.
Yeah, definitely the body with Kerr right there. It's funny, you can tell which of these players watch a lot of basketball, and you can tell right there, Hines watches a lot of basketball. He's getting that head bob, and every time he's touched, he understands how to draw a foul, and that's something you can't really teach players, but right there, he was definitely fouled, but you saw the body move a lot from Hines drawing that foul.
There's Owen Bailey trying to keep Will Tuttle from scoring down low. Had his hand on the basketball, and eventually a foul will be called on Owen Bailey. That is his first. Team foul number 3 on Southeast here in this fourth quarter. No fouls yet on Sacred Heart. Now a kick of the inbounds by Gannon Jacobson. Gannon, by the way, got those 3 fouls very early in the second quarter. He has not gathered up a foul since then. Still playing with 3. Here's a shot off the inbounds by Hines. Jacobson with the rebound, and now they're going to get him on a carry after the bump in the middle of the floor.
Man, that's a tough one, right? I mean, I understand what the official's saying. The ball was carried over. But why? The ball was carried over because of the bump. I mean, at some point, one leads to the other. Chain reaction type call. Nevertheless, unfortunate for Southeast. Turnover on Jacobson. It goes to Sacred Heart.
5:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 20-point Sacred Heart lead. A bounce pass down low to Lehman. Has a shot blocked by Jacobson. Now Gannon takes it away before it goes out of bounds. Gannon again getting bumped in the middle of the floor. Once and twice. Now knocked to the ground. Still playing with no whistle. Up the floor, right-hand side to Hines. Oh. Big step through on Isaiah Kerr. And he scores. Noah Hines with 16. He has 16. Tuttle has 17.
Hines is smooth, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, that's a fantastic finish from the sophomore.
There's Jacobson finally getting the foul call as he goes to the rim on the right-hand side and hangs. And he gets Will Tuttle into a foul call. That is Will's second. Gannon Jacobson to the free throw line, where he is 1 of 2 this evening.
They're going to call that on Lehman. That's going to be his second. The more that we watch these young players play, as Jacobson hits that first one, we're starting to see there's a trend. The players that are really successful, there's players that can change pace, right? They can go fast to slow, slow to fast. Mm-hmm. That's something Hines has in his pocket that we haven't seen a lot of players have. Like, just the change of pace is so impressive from him.
Second free throw also good for Gannon Jacobson. 4 in the quarter, 11 for the game now. 55-35, back to a 20-point margin. There's a shot put up by Maddox Wells. He now has a half a dozen all here in the second half.
Yeah, and at some point, Tiernan, who's guarding him one-on-one, is looking for that help. I mean, Tiernan did a good job staying in front. Someone's going to come from the side. See right there, Gann did a good job coming in. Foul's going to be on Wells, just raking across. Looks like they're going to call that on the floor.
Everybody's
lined up
on both teams at the free throw lane and lining up for free throws. Boy, I don't understand that at all.
But the only person that matters is the official that called it. Calls it on the floor. Unfortunate for Southeast not to get free throws out of that.
Jacobson has the ball back. Here's Kerr.
Oh,
he goes to the basket and is fouled. Now Isaiah, I think, will get 2 free throws.
Guys, they did a great job. The natural righty kind of looked like his brother right there, going up with the left hand, but that's a strong attacking move from Isaiah Kerr.
To the free throw line. His first free throw is up and in. First point of the night for Isaiah Kerr. He becomes the 7th Southeast of Saline player to score. Second free throw on the way. Got that one as well. 2 points for Isaiah Kerr. Sacred Heart back down the floor as we approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. 4:40 left to play here at Sacred Heart High School, new host of Southeast players. set to check in at the next break. Here's Matucci. Little baby bump there by Tanner Schroeder, and a foul called on Tanner. That'll be his second.
And Devin, if you're watching this game as a Southeast fan, you don't want to get discouraged by this, all right? Last year, Sacred Heart won the first battle against Southeast 60-36. All right, game 2 was a 55-51 game. That gap got closed. Then we saw both these teams just flourish as they made postseason runs. But you need games like this to kind of understand. You know, you went on a little run. You're feeling good about yourself. Now it's some film for Coach Flax to watch. You get right back into action tomorrow night. You just got to learn from it, and that's what last year's team did. I think this team can do the exact same thing.
There's a foul up top. Tuttle. Big monster drop step down deep in the paint, and they're going to get Adam Teal up top with the foul. That'll be his second. First free throw is up and good by Will Tuttle.
Yeah, Tuttle's definitely got that ability to play at the next level. Like, he's got a big, strong body. He's got a nice stroke. He can score from the inside, he can score from the outside as he buries the second free throw.
Timeout, Sacred Heart. It is a full timeout as we are almost halfway through the fourth quarter. 4:21 left to go. 59-37 is our score. You're listening and watching Southeast of Saline Basketball as they play Sacred Heart. It's brought to you by Salina Ortho.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, 4:14 left to go here in the fourth quarter. So far, it's the second half that Sacred Heart has been able to dominate, and now they get a steal on the Southeast of Saline possession. Colin to down the floor off the long feed after the steal from Dom Matucci, and a layup for Colin. He is knocking on the doorstep of double digits now with 9.
Okay, and now it becomes extremely important, like the quality of play, right? Like, this game's, it's out of hand. Do you let the game stay out of hand, or do you just keep learning things? Do you keep working on your craft? A little less than 4 minutes to go. It's another almost turnover from Southeast, but you got to continue to stay strong. You're not going to get better practice than playing against this Sacred Heart man-to-man defense. You've got to work hard, work on your sets, continue to get better in the last 3:41 of this basketball game.
3:41. As you said, set to go here. Francis Flax and I talked about the big thing. You were on the other side of this score Thursday against Smoky Valley, right? And you continue to stay sharp if you're Southeast of Saline. They only committed in the entire game 5 turnovers. Well, now you're on the other side of it, but you want the same result, as to your point, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course the score is what we're always playing for, but at some point as a coach, you see a crafty little attempted finish from Gypsum. Nice offensive rebound with Teal in the finish. But yes, the score should never dictate how you play, how clean you play defense, how you secure the basketball. Like, the score's a byproduct of how you do everything else. And right now, that's what you're looking for. Now you're looking for just little successes as you finish this game out.
61-39. Here is Tuttle, and he's going to score the 3. Will Tuttle continues to pour it on here. 7 points in the quarter. He has now eclipsed his average of 22 a game. That's what his average is. 64-39. Another miss here by Southeast of Saline. Sacred Heart brings it back the other way. 2:40 left to play here in this game. Matucci cradles it on the right-hand side. Now back to Colin, the middle of the floor. He fires left to Tuttle. Here's Matucci. Floating in. He's going to play it out to Tuttle. Long distance 2. That takes a hard bounce off the back of the rim. Jacobson up for the rebound, ends up being Knopf that brings it away. Now to Owen Bailey, all the way to the cup. Left-handed layup is good. Double digits for Owen Bailey now as he has 11 points. 2:14 left to play here in the fourth. There's a ball by Coland on the reverse side of the basket. I don't know if Jacobson got a piece of that or not. Sure looked like he could have. As Owen Bailey now has the basketball, he goes to Jacobson on the opposite side of the floor. Jacobson back to Bailey in the paint. Owen shot knocked out of there by Tuttle against the wall, that will stay here with Southeast of Saline. 1:54 left to go, and Brian Gormley now going to his bench to bring in new guys. Graham Armstrong along with Mason Brown. Also in there, Ben Mars. The return of Ben Disberger. And Dom Matucci also stays in there. Isaiah Kerr, Ben Heinrich, Cooper Carlin will join Tiernan Potacek on the floor, and Isaiah Kerr for Southeast. 1:54 left to go, 64-41. As I said, these two teams now will turn their attention to the rest of the NCAA as Southeast of Saline goes on the road to play at Lions tomorrow. Here's a three by Tiernan Potacek. 7 points for Tiernan tonight.
And Devin, it's moments like that you just got to continue to grow on, right? Like we've seen Tiernan take great shots all night. You get that one to fall, you might get another one tonight. You carry that on tomorrow night, the rest of this week. That's a little success you're going to take on from tonight.
Disberger, jumper from the free throw line. Taken out of there by Kane Sawyers. Now over to Ben Heinrich, who gets cut at the knees. And a foul here on Sacred Heart. It'll remain Southeast of Saline basketball.
And right there, Heinrich just a great job getting on the floor, creating the basketball opportunity for Southeast Saline. That could have been an easy time. You just saying, I'm not going to get on the floor. I'm not going to get dirty. We're down 20 with 1:20 left. Right there, the senior, he does his job, secures the basketball, makes sure Southeast has it.
Potacek, a little body bump as he puts the shot up. Weak side rebound taken in by Sawyers. Out to Heinrich. He'll shoot a three. Hit one of those on Thursday against Smoky Valley. And the rebound taken in down low by Graham Armstrong, a sophomore for Sacred Heart. Now a steal, and it's going to be into the hands of Tiernan Potacek in a two.
That's a hustle play again from Heinrich. He came out of nowhere, steals the ball on the baseline, nifty little behind the back pass to save the ball. Great finish from Potacek.
Tiernan has 5 in the quarter, 9 for the game. Inside the last minute left to go. 64-46. Sacred Heart looks like they will get out of here with their undefeated record and pack it up and go to Belleville. I'm sure it's warmer in Belleville.
Which is completely odd.
Than what it is here. I mean, you're not quite in Nebraska, so.
That place it snows there 14 months of the year.
Southeast, of course, already got their road trip to Belleville out of the way. They don't have to worry about that. Still have remaining road trips, though, on the calendar at Beloit, at Lyons, at Ellsworth, at Minneapolis. Clock is going to dwindle down, and that will be our final score. Sacred Heart, they remain undefeated. They win it 64-46 over Southeast of Saline. For Sacred Heart, they go to 8-0 on the season. They are now 3-0 in league play. For Southeast of Saline, they have that 2-game winning streak broke. They go to 2-5. They are now 2-2 in league play. When we come back, we'll have final numbers for you. We'll also have a conversation with head coach Francis Flax. It's all coming up when we come back. It's a Sacred Heart victory as the two schools split. Southeast of Saline girls win. Sacred Heart boys win 64-46, as you heard it right here on KINA.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419. to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Happy New Year to you and your family from Vernon Jewelers. 2025 is the start to our 141st year in business. Looking back, we have had the pleasure of serving a lot of special people and making great memories. Even better, we look forward to seeing our current customers as well as many new faces in the new year. Remember, we're not old, we're just really good at what we do. Look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe in downtown Salina. Vernon Jewelers, where it's little things that matter since 1884.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here in postgame, it's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. After a 64-46 victory for the Sacred Heart Knights, they remain undefeated on the season, and they were paced tonight by the two-headed scoring monster in Will Tuttle. 22 points for him, 16 points for Noah Hines, 10 points for Dominic Matucci, 9 points for Luke Holland, 6 points for Maddox Wells, and 8 point for Ben Disberger. Continuing on with the final numbers from this game, brought to you by the Bank of Tuscan. 11 points each for Gannon Jacobson and for Owen Bailey, 9 points for Taryn Potachik, 7 points for Sam Knopf, 2 points all for Isaiah Kerr, Caden Perry, and Tanner Schroeder. Southeast of Saline, 11 of 16 from the free throw line, while Sacred Heart went 11 of 15. Not a lot of turnovers in this game, surprisingly. Southeast of Saline unofficially had 9 turnovers, Sacred Heart with 8. Our Vernon Jewelers gym of the game tonight, let's go with Taryn Potachik, Tyler. I just really liked his aggressiveness from the jump. Like you said, and we talked about through the broadcast, Tiernan was taking some really good shots. Finally got a couple to fall there towards the latter part of the game, had 5 points in the fourth quarter. I think he is one of the guys, though. I'm not saying he is the guy, but he is one of the guys that really can aid Jacobson and Bailey when things aren't going well. We saw Gannon tonight get his third foul very early in the second quarter. Then Sacred Heart went on a run when it was a one-possession game. We need guys like Tiernan Potachik, Grady Gebhardt, Isaiah Kerr, and such. Sam Knopf, probably another one that can step up and flirt with that double-digit scoring column every single night. 9 to 11 points. I think that would really help the Southeast of Saline team.
Devin, you're exactly right. I mean, and Tiernan's, we've seen he's crafty enough to make his own shot. And I think at times when we see defenses collapse on Bailey and on Jacobson, you know, we know Knopf could get the three-point shot off, and he's very successful doing that. But Tiernan's one that can not only get the three off, but he can also create his own shot going to the bucket. And I think tonight you knew that the margin of error was going to have to be extremely small. Anytime you play Sacred Heart at Sacred Heart, like there's no room for error. And tonight it just wasn't perfect, and we saw what happened when Gannon got into a little bit of foul trouble. Sacred Heart took full advantage of that. Nevertheless, lick your wounds, you go back to work tomorrow.
Taryn Potachik tonight, our Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. 9 points for him, hit a 3 in the fourth quarter, and they end up coming out 64-46 Sacred Heart with the victory. As Coach Francis Flax joins us now, brought to you by Frisbee Construction. And Coach, I won't keep you long. We'll visit again tomorrow night with Lions sitting right on the shelf. What were your thoughts of this game?
Well, they were on fire. We couldn't contain their dribble drive, which I thought would maybe be able to at least slow them down, but we couldn't. So we go back to work, but we don't have time to practice now. You got to go tomorrow night, the Lions, and play. But Sacred Heart's good. They're very good in this gym, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. Hats off to them. Tuttle is a handful. We knew that coming in, but we couldn't seem to. Well, it got Gannon in foul trouble is what it did.
Yeah, and intelligent basketball, right? I mean, that's one thing that I saw in this game was Gannon gets 3 fouls early on in the second quarter. You had gone from being down by 9 to making this a single-possession game when he went out of the game with 3 fouls. There was maybe a chance there for you to sustain and get through. And I'm not saying you were going to be winning the game at halftime, but going in down 7 or 8 instead of down 12 or 13, I thought was a big difference. But just a couple of possessions that just weren't very smart on your offensive end.
You're right. We talked about how good we've been turnovers. Tonight, we had unforced turnovers tonight, which is the ones that just tear a coach up. The forced turnovers, sometimes you have to live with those, or the hustle turnovers. Yeah. But you can't throw the ball from this team is very well versed in help defense. And you can't throw across the court leading a guy because they've got at least one in the lane to intercept and maybe 2.
Yep, absolutely. 64-46. Like I said, I won't keep you long. I will talk to you again tomorrow night as we go to Lions.
Thank you.
Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight moved to 2-5 on the season. They're 2-2 in league play, and they will take on Lions tomorrow night in a league contest in Lions. Sacred Heart, meanwhile, they will make the road trip north into Belleville to play Republic County. So a split tonight for the Saline County Showdowns on the girls' side. Shauna Smith squad now winners 5 of their last 6. They won 43-31. Kaya Samuelson, a new career-high 16 points. She was the Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. In the boys' contest, it's Tiernan Potocik with 9 as Sacred Heart wins it 64-46. Our next broadcast of Southeast of Saline basketball will come your way less than 24 hours from now. Southeast of Saline will be in Lions to take on the Lions. For Brian Dennett producing that live stream video tonight, it was brought to you by Salina Ortho. Also, Chris Cadle producing and engineering. Tyler Smith. My name is Devin Haney. I want to thank you for joining us for Southeast of Saline Trojan Basketball. We will talk to you tomorrow night from Lions.